If you had no time to even surrender, would you give up your rights and let your life slide away? There's a race, so you win, made to race. There's a race, so you've been made to race.
Good evening, everyone. This is the wrong screen. Shit. Now we're off to a good start. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 85th episode of FNV. FNV is short for Friday Night VTubing, and this is a show where I, your host Zarastro, interview various VTubers from all over the community. And tonight, our wonderful guest will be Demythical. Demi, please say
Hello.
hi, introduce yourself, and tell our listeners something that they might not know about you. Because half of our listeners are people who don't know you at all, and some of them are your community. So something that even
Yeah.
your community doesn't know, maybe even.
Oh gosh, put me on the spot here. Hello everyone, I'm Demi. I am a vampire VTuber. I guess an interesting fact about myself is maybe some people in my community know this, but I used to be a flesh tuber back on Mixer before it died.
Oh shit!
So that's cool.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about anything of that coming out.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
It's
Mixer,
gone
Mixer is
forever.
dead.
Rest in peace.
How do you even still access it? Or is it just like straight up gone?
You know, there are some websites like what was it, like Time
Wayback
Zone
Machine?
something. Yeah, that one. You can like find like the channel, but you can't like get into it or anything.
Oh damn.
Yeah, it's long
Well,
gone.
So, okay, I'm gonna start off. How was Mixer?
Honestly,
was the experience
it
on
was
it?
great. I loved it, even though I got a lot of like crap for it. This is back when it was on Xbox, right? So I would stream with like my Kinect. It was the most ghetto setup ever.
Your Connect would be a face cam.
Yeah, it would be my face cam. It was such a ghetto setup, but because it was something so new and so small, it was a very fun community because I was really into Call of Duty. I would
Okay.
play like Black Ops 3 like every day.
Oh yeah.
That's what I would stream. Yeah.
Do you
And I
play
was,
the
like,
current Warzone?
Not the Warzone. I'm not a big fan of the Warzone. I'm more of a zombies person and like
Oh, okay.
like the team deathmatch. Really, I don't really
Mhm.
go past that.
So you rather play multiplayer than VR type stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. I understand that. I would too. One of my favorite game modes on Warzone 1.0 was Payload.
hmm
But I'm not sure if that was actually Warzone or if that was normal COD. But it's dead now. They've not brought it
Yeah.
back. I'm so pissed. If they can just bring it back, I would love it. But right now, the main game is just too fucking expensive to play multiplayer.
Yeah, was it like $70 now for new games like that?
I don't know. Down here, our prices are very expensive. I think it is about $70, but it costs like 1,400 rand.
Okay.
So that's a lot. Previously, games would cost like 600.
Yeah. Ooh, that is a big markup. Here, usually AAA games are $60, but now ever since the generation of PS5, the new Xbox that came out, things have
it's
been
gone up
to like 70.
Yeah, now the average is like 1,000 for a new AAA title. Except COD. COD decides to be 1,400, and even now on a 45% sale on Steam, it's still 780.
That's crazy.
I don't get it. It's wild.
Even the old CODs too are like still expensive. It's
Yeah,
not
they're
worth it.
still expensive. You'd expect the prices to go down,
Mhm.
but no. Activision, am I right?
Right. Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah. Mixer was really fun. I got involved with the community really quickly because it was small, and they had like a soundboard thing, like called they had the like how channel points is for Twitch. They have Spark, so it's like they tried, and it was very sad to see them plummet. But
Did
oh well,
did
what
you
can do?
enjoy Mixer more than Twitch? Would you say?
No, I wouldn't, because I feel like I have a bigger community now on Twitch, and I have experienced a lot more on Twitch.
How would you
so I
compare the platforms, communities aside?
I say I like the way Twitch does some more stuff than Mixer. I feel like there's more things, because on Mixer, I don't even think there even was personalized emotes. I don't think. Yeah, all I remember is the soundboard stuff, really. Oh, one thing that Mixer did have that, I mean, I think Twitch has co-hosts, but it was easier to do on Mixer, if I remember. Like, it was easier to like split your streams, so that was a cool feature. But
Okay, yeah, I know Twitch does have something. What's it called? A watch party? No,
yeah,
stream
like that.
party, something like that. I don't know. I don't really stream on Twitch. I do, but YouTube's my main thing.
Yeah.
So no, I don't know. I'll be speaking up my ass if I say how I know how Twitch works. But
I never used it, so I'm not sure.
yeah, I've seen it used at least. But yeah, okay. So then let me, let's go from that topic and then go into your lore, which you mentioned it's a bit of a mess.
I mean, I have like a general idea. I just never fully like gone to a Google Doc and like hashed it out properly. You know what I
me
mean?
neither.
Like...
I did that once. And it was super scuffed, and it was for a Nijisanji application, like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Oh geez. Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I already introduced how I am a vampire, so I guess I'll start off with that.
So what are you?
I do have, so yeah, I am a vampire. I do have a little bit of a Boston accent, so when I first made my lore, I'm like, maybe I should kind of stick to home when it comes to, like, region. So I'm like, all right, Salem.
Are you from Boston?
Salem, Massachusetts. I'm close to Boston, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, East Coast. So I'm like, all right, let's set the scene in like Salem, Massachusetts. So like in the age of like witch trials and shit, right? So kind of get like that fantasy old vibe. So my whole theme with my VTubers, red and black, graveyard stuff, like that sort of creepy aesthetic. So what I was trying to play around with is, okay, I'm a vampire who had two vampy parents, right? I was a strict bratty girl. I was a piece of work, that's for sure. My parents were really strict, and what would happen is I lived in a castle. And what's cool is, since this is way back when, like, since this is my outfit now, this is like my modern day outfit. One day I want to get a model of like what I looked like back then.
Well, yeah.
Like a kind of like a Victorian style dress and stuff. That'd be really cool.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick.
Yep, lived in a castle, was a bratty child. I would sneak out all the time into the human villages. This is back when, vampires were like kind of not believed in, but kind of sort of like it's a myth, but people still looking for him and shit. Think of like Beauty and the Beast, how he was kind of like, oh, there's a monster in there, don't go over to his castle. Like, you know what I mean?
Think of it more like Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, I swear. It's just a comparison.
Think of it like Bigfoot. Don't go into the forest late at night. Bigfoot's lurking.
So one day when I was fooling around and, dealing with strict parents all angry, and I went to the human villages, I found a human boy who I fell in love with.
Don't mind my model just freaking out right there.
Just jiggling around.
Yeah, it lost my face for a sec.
So this human boy who I fell in love with, very nice to me, didn't know that I was under the deception that he was actually a vampire hunter.
Oh,
Yippee!
shit.
Turns out he was only trying to get in my pants to kill my parents. Yippee! So that happened. Then I got heartbroken. Yeah, it's a very dramatic lore. Let's go.
Damn.
So yeah, he killed mama and daddy. he didn't have the heart to kill me. So what happened was we kind of fought, and I ran away out of the castle into the graveyard, where I'm sitting on a tombstone and I'm crying and I'm heartbroken. I have like blood all over me from my mom and dad, and I'm like, what the fuck? I fell in love with this dude. Why the fuck did he do that? And then he found me in the graveyard, and he didn't have the heart to kill me, because it turns out he did have some feelings for me, and he felt bad after what he did. Instead, he cursed me to the graveyard, so I can't leave. So some of my servants are in the graveyard with me that, you know, didn't get involved, just to keep me company. And that's how I get the whole theme of the graveyard, where my my collar is actually kind of like a seal that I can't take off. Think of it like I don't know, like a magic spell that it's like a shot collar for a dog. I can't leave the parameters
It's a shot
of the
collar for the
graveyard.
vampire. It's rubbed in garlic and made of silver.
Yeah. So like when people visit the graveyard and stuff, I have like massive trust issues, and I'm like really tsundere, and I'm like not hard to get along, but like I give off a mean vibe, but I'm actually really loyal, and I like would have these really great friendships if they stuck around. If not, I would fucking kill them. But
yeah, they're already in the graveyard. It ain't gonna hurt. It ain't gonna be difficult to find a place to bury them. Just got a whole line of graves fucking already pre-dug.
Exactly. So that brings me in modern day, where I've spent years and years and years in the graveyard, just you know, just hanging around by myself, lonely as fuck, and then just making some friends along the way, no matter whoever comes. And here I am, VTuber now, in my what are those buildings called? Mausoleums?
Mausoleum.
Those things, yeah.
Mausoleum,
that's what I live in.
think.
I have like my own like secret room in there, you know.
Damn.
Yeah.
Who hooked you up with a fiber?
Oh, we're not gonna get into that.
Who was like, yeah, you know what? You know what? We need some banging internet down there in the cemetery.
Don't even have a bathtub, bro.
Damn. Damn. So you stinky.
Damn, I'm drinking water. Shit.
Okay, no, I dig that. I've heard many similar stories, and but I like the kind of unique spin of you still being stuck in the graveyard.
Yeah, I figured at the time of being stuck, I didn't think of it this way until later. I'm like, I can actually use that for. I plan to keep streaming for a long time, for years to come, but the day that I do graduate, I feel like I can tie that into my lore and to be like, oh, I finally found out the way to escape
Leave the graveyard. Oh,
yeah.
hell yeah.
So that'd be a cool little spin at the end.
If I graduated, I'd just die again.
Just die again.
Yeah, the again is the emphasis on that. Like, I mean, I've already done it once, why not do it a second time?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. But okay, no, I like that. So then let me get into one of the more character breaky kind of questions, and then I'll ask you, so what would you say were some of the oh, no problem. I think the filters that I've set up on OBS might have cut that out. I'm not sure.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, it did, yeah, because I heard it on Discord, but I didn't see this thing go up on stream. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, sorry.
But
go on.
no, the question I wanted to ask you is, so what would you say were some of the biggest or the most important influences behind your design, specifically for this modern day outfit, and how would you convert that as well? Next question, we don't have to get into that now. How would you convert that into the inspirations for Victorian style?
Okay. So when I was thinking about my VTuber design, I knew that when I was researching VTubers and all that stuff, I realized I wanted something to match my voice and my personality. So I knew what I wanted, because one of my biggest inspiration for designs was actually not another VTuber, it was Marceline from Adventure Time. I absolutely love her vibe, her whole vampire thing. I think she's super cool. So I tied that in. I'm like, okay, I know that I want to be a vampire, because that's like my favorite thing in the world. Even though I know there's so many vampire VTubers out there, I said, screw it. I don't care. I still want to be a vampire. I'm like, I know I want pointy ears because I think that's hot. I know I want a ponytail and dark hair. what's interesting is I wasn't a huge fan of the whole black and red theme. It kind of happened with my my model mama. Her name is Mia Paprika. She sent me different color schemes. Yeah, she's popping. I was like maybe her third or fourth model, and now she's really popping now.
Hell yeah.
She just sent me some color swatches of like what different colors you should do, and I liked the black and red one the most.
Let's go.
I'm glad I stuck with it.
Black and
really
red
fits.
gang.
Yeah.
I don't know
really
if you
like
could if you could tell, but I'm kind of biased. Maybe just
A
a
little bit, yeah.
tiny bit. You know, not much, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So, yeah, my biggest influence for my design would have to be Marceline from Adventure Time, but who inspired me originally to be a VTuber was literally during the time. Do you remember Ludwig's subathon?
Yes. Yes.
Like a year or so ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it like 2 years by now?
Yeah, 2 years. Because I debuted
2 or
when I
3
saw it,
actually.
yeah.
It's between
Yeah, it
2
was
or
a couple
3
years ago.
Yeah.
So
Been a
he
hot
did
minute.
that, and I was watching him. And at the same time, Iron Mouse did her subathon.
Yes.
Like it kind of overlapped.
Didn't she start hers
and-
shortly after his ended?
I think so. Maybe it didn't overlap, but I know it was around the same time, right? Because
Yeah.
that's when I first discovered her. This is gonna sound so cliche. I know a lot of people have Iron Mouse as their inspiration, but it's just the top streamer that I found when I was watching Ludwig, and I didn't know what. I swear to God, I did not know what a VTuber was. She was my first VTuber, and I'm like, oh my God, an anime girl? I want to do that. And
So she
Yeah.
is what led you down the rabbit hole.
yeah, that's what led me into all my research and
What kept you
all
there?
that stuff. Yeah, for sure. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I want to be an anime girl now. At the time, even though I was face cam streaming though, which is interesting.
Yeah, no, we've had a couple people on who have experience in the past being facecam streamers as well, or flesh tubers as we call them.
Yeah.
But
Flash tubers, yeah.
but yeah, it's not that common actually.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like people, even if they did, they want to kind of keep it a secret, and especially
Yeah.
if you're gonna like apply to agencies and stuff, where you know it's a whole different side of them they want to keep private, which I totally get.
Yeah. But okay. So then, well, you've kind of now answered another question that I had, which was what led you down the rabbit hole. But what else would you say is something about the VTuber community that interested you in a way that made you want to join it?
The whole VTubing aspect of being some other person that I've always wanted to be, like a vampire, like that's so fucking cool to me. So the character aspect is a big drive. As far as content goes, like after Iron Mouse, I started watching other people like Snuffy. She's another cool person, and then I got into Hololive, and I'm like, oh my God, I started connecting the dots and stuff. I incredibly mad respect for people who can sing. I wish I could sing. If I could be a V singer, that'd be great. I would love to be like a fucking metal, like
Hell yeah.
V singer. That would be great.
Hell yeah.
But I can't sing for shit. I would say that would be an inspiration of mine, but it's not exactly because I can't sing. But that'd be really cool. Mostly,
I mean, metal can be like an inspiration behind your design and stuff. Like if you wanted to go for like a metal kind of design.
yeah, for sure. Like the whole alternative style.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to see in the capture, but like I got some like piercings going on and stuff.
Yeah,
If
no,
ever
I
have
can
a
see. I can
2.0,
see the
I'd probably
piercings.
go more hardcore. Yeah.
Go more hardcore. Get a snake bite get a snake bite
Right.
ring.
snake bites, some
Get
spider bites or whatever.
some chains hanging.
hmm
Get like a tattoo crawling up the shoulder to the neck or something.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot that inspired me. I knew at the time already when I was doing like I was flesh tubing, streaming as a hobby. I knew that my content was just majority gonna be gaming, and I feel like becoming a VTuber was just a step, the cream of the crop that perfected it.
Okay. And then, what would you say were, or is something that, how would I rephrase this? So we've talked about what inspired you to, you know, become a VTuber, but what would you say it inspires you now, like as of this moment?
This
what?
has nothing. He has nothing to do with VTubing, but my favorite streamer ever is Moist Critical, and I love that man so much. I love Charlie so much. I love him so much. But
Woo, yeah, baby.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
he really inspires me because if you like, he keeps uploading to YouTube. Like he has this whole YouTube thing that I just like.
I've never
stuff,
watched a
but then he
stream of
also
his.
Streams.
I've never watched a
Right?
stream of
it's
his, but
always
I've watched
YouTube.
so many YouTube videos of his.
Yeah, because it's convenient, and that inspired me to start doing YouTube stuff now and to see him stream all the time. And what I love about his personality is he's so down to earth, and he's not exerting himself, and that made me feel like, okay, maybe when I start this, I don't have to put on a fake voice. I don't have to, like, you know, I can just be myself. You know what I mean? So I guess he's tying into inspiration as well of, yeah, I'm a different character, but I don't have to overexert myself to those lengths. And I can literally just be myself. I can be raunchy. I can swear and not worry about it, because that's how he kind of, you know, shows himself. So
Yeah.
I just love that man so much. He's my biggest inspiration ever out of everything.
I can actually kind of low-key hear like a tiny bit of Charlie in the way you speak.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the voice.
Like, I don't know. I feel like if you tried to add a Charlie voice to your normal speaking, you'd get it.
Probably nail it.
You'd make a good Charlie, yeah. But okay, no, I like that. No, Charlie's a great fucking guy. So then, a bit of a hypothetical. We talked about rebranding and graduating on that. So, if you had to rebrand, what would you rebrand into and why? I put some limits on it per guest. In this case, you're not allowed to be a vampire.
So what's interesting is, before I made the vampire, I had a sketch which was actually a zombie, and she had green skin, white hair, long braids. I remember.
You still have the sketch?
I do actually. It's somewhere on my iPad. I can probably send it over. It doesn't have clothes though, so I don't think you can show it on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, no, I wouldn't have showed it on YouTube anyways. This is an insider scoop from my eyes only.
Okay, got it.
That's how I use my power from being a host of the show. I get inside scoops.
Yes, of course.
from people's rebrands, upcoming and not.
That actually ties into that I get different outfits, like you've seen my summer model.
Yes.
And the fact that I wanted to be a zombie so bad, I'm actually going to replicate that for Halloween. I'm gonna get a Halloween model where I'm dressed as a zombie. Technically gonna be like,
oh hell yeah,
different hairstyle, and I'm still gonna have the green skin, the stitches, and all that. So I'm kind of gonna take that design a little bit and actually have it, so I don't have to like get a redesign. But if I was to get a redesign, another person I would be, I absolutely love the tail and the ears that I have on my stream, like the wolf ears and tail. That's just like a cosmetic redeem.
So, yeah,
like,
no, I was there
God.
when I saw that.
Yeah, I would love to be some sort of animal VTuber. I feel like, just as a joke, since you don't see it often, I want to be a skunk.
A skunk, okay.
I think it would be cute, and I can have, you know, like my stinger could be me like farting across the screen or something. Like it really
and you can be stinky like, canonically.
Yeah, exactly. But I think skunks are adorable. I love like their tails, and that would definitely be a redesign if I ever were another VTuber.
Okay.
As absurd as it sounds, I think it's really cute.
Oh, skunks are cute from 10 feet away.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Once you get closer to them, not so much. And especially not when they lift the tail up. Then,
yeah, for sure.
Run. Run. You ain't gonna get that smell out. That smells oof.
What is it like? How do you get it?
Know.
Prune juice or something? Or tomato juice, prune juice, grape
I don't know.
juice, something like that.
We don't have skunks down here.
Oh,
I just
really?
know that the smell is fucking horrible.
And every time I like go down the street and it smells like a skunk, either it smells like skunk, someone ran over a skunk, or someone's just smoking weed. You can't really tell the difference, but kind of smells like that.
Funnily enough, you mentioned smelling weed. I was driving home from work the other day, and I rolled my window down just the tiniest bit, and for like 2 minutes on a short road because traffic was piled up,
Yeah.
someone was smoking some potent shit. Because there was nobody in
Devil's
sight
lettuce.
that could smoke that you could see was smoking it, but you could smell it. I smelled
Oh, yeah,
that
it's
shit
really
and
potent.
I almost got a secondhand high from that.
Yeah,
Just from
especially if you're not
smelling
used
it
to
in the car, like holy.
Mhm.
It was a good drive back.
Strong stuff, yeah.
But okay, then, well, let me ask you. So, you said when, or rather, before I ask this next question, when did you start streaming? When
I
you were
believe-
still a Connect streamer?
A Connect streamer? Oh
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, when did
Like
you start?
2014. Like
what
when
did
I
you
was,
start that long ago?
Yeah, when I was like 15, 16 years old is when 15 maybe. Back when GTA 5 was on the Xbox One. Like that year, the
Okay.
Xbox One launch is when I started streaming. I remember specifically, yeah.
Did you start? Have you been streaming ever since?
It was off and on. I like did it for fun, then took a year off, and then, off and on again. And then I really started to get back into it when I was in college. So this is like 2021-ish, 2020, right after high school. That's when I secretly spent my my scholarship money on a computer, and I'm like, oh, I have this really nice computer now. I'm gonna stream again. That's when I started streaming on PC. So that's when I got back into Twitch, started doing the face cam stuff, and it was just more as with friends. I didn't really expect it to go anywhere. It was until I actually became a VTuber and debuted is when I took it serious, and I'm like, okay, I actually quit my job right as soon as I started VTubing. I had part-time jobs after that a little bit because it didn't work out. Sometimes it did, sometimes it didn't, but I full on, like, cold turkey. I made so many mistakes because I didn't have any VTuber friends. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So I'm like, I'm gonna become a VTuber now, quit my job, and then boom, started streaming.
Damn. Straight up.
Yeah. Straight up.
I mean, I started without having a job, so I guess
Yeah.
same. But okay, so then what was the motivation for wanting to stream? Why was it just to have fun? What made you want to?
So I've been working since I was like 18, 17. I've had a job, and it was when I reached college of pursuing animation and art, because I'm also an artist, of where I'm like, okay, I guess this is where my career is going to go, is being an artist and being an animator. Maybe I'll get into a studio. Things didn't work out. I got into like a cruddy university, and I absolutely hated it. I hated every second of it. Every drawing I did felt like a chore and a waste of time. I've learned so many prerequisite stuff that I didn't need to know, and then COVID hit, so that like ruined everything. I needed a vaccine to get back in and stuff, so I never end up getting my degree. So I dropped out of that. So then I was kind of stuck of like, well, I don't have my degree anymore. I don't know if I even want to do art. The year I got out of college, I was so burnt out on art. I didn't want to draw ever again. It was awful. It ruined it for me completely.
That's
It wasn't
understandable.
fun anymore. Yeah. So I guess I don't want to say streaming was sort of like a last resort for me, because even though it's working out, it's just being in this mindset of like, I don't really know what I want to do. But when I started like letting myself just be myself and playing games and having people say, oh, hey, you're actually kind of funny and I like watching you and I like your voice, I'm like, oh my god, this could be something. Like I didn't believe in myself until other people started believing in me. I'll say that. So as soon as I started like building a community and getting hope into starting something like this, is like, oh my god, I want to do this for a career now, for sure. Like 100%.
Okay, so you just went all out.
Yeah.
Right. Then, the next question that I have for you is, so, what is your preferred type of content to stream?
I definitely want to stick to gaming and like short content, like shorts and stuff. I don't really want to go into the lewd tuber route. Not that like I have anything against that. Mad respect for people who do. It's just for me, it kind of makes me uncomfortable when people over sexualize me a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I checked my throne the other day and someone suggested a fucking dog muzzle and a handcuff, and I'm like, who did this? Are you kidding me? Like, are you serious?
Someone thinks you need to be put on a leash.
Like, damn, fine. I gotta hide the fucking collar, Jesus. And it's like, it's one thing to joke about it, because I do make lewd jokes just for like shock humor, but like I don't really want to be portrayed as that. I want to be portrayed as like your tomboy comfy streamer.
No,
like
making
No,
making lewd jokes isn't something that should be seen as an opportunity to make any kind of advancements. Because I mean, like, we're all adults.
Yeah.
We're all adults,
Exactly,
and
yeah.
adult humor, can be sexual sometimes. Because let's be honest, sometimes dick joke is funny.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes there's just a really good opportunity for her. That's what she said.
Yeah. So yeah, it's one thing to make the joke, other than taking it a step further and being all parasocial about it. I mean, like I just want to be your homegirl. I just want to be the tomboy homie girl streamer that you can play games and relate to, stuff like that.
Yeah. And I've noticed that sentiment a lot, even among people who do like more lewd things, where it's like, there's a limit.
There's definitely a limit
to where it
for
goes.
sure.
So then a follow-up question would be, so what is a type of content that you've not gotten into yet that you want to in the future?
It's funny you asked this. I was actually just discussing this with a friend. Now that I'm experimenting with YouTube, I'm trying to testing the waters of what kind of content I want to put on YouTube, because some people do the same thing. Some people do something completely different between Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah.
Right now I'm just doing like some gameplay videos, but one idea that was brought up was, so one of my friends, she does ASMR stuff. And I was like, okay, maybe I wouldn't get into ASMR exactly, but if I'm more confident in my voice, and when I get my Halloween model, I was thinking of reading out ghost stories. Maybe it's people that I can just like listen to, like go to sleep or something.
Yeah.
So that's like something I kind of want to branch out on, different types of content that, because I'm not very talented in much. I can't sing, I can draw, like, okay, but like I don't know, I can't really do anything else. So I definitely need to like branch out and see what else I can do that would interest people other than gaming, because I know that's like, like I grew up on like Vanoss and Markiplier, right? That's all I knew, is that they just like game with their friends. So
yeah,
I definitely need to like branch out.
Yeah, no, that's how I grew up as well, with less Vanoss, more Markiplier, and more Jacksepticeye, and just was mostly those two. A little bit of PewDiePie every now and then, but more just Jack and Mark, pretty much.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I can't get into other types of content. Like I've done art streams, I've done rigging streams, I've done like I've done like 3 or 2 or 3 karaoke streams, but it's not a mainstay.
Yeah, you'll find your niche. Like, it's great to experiment, but it's great to know what you don't like and you do like. So you don't want to push yourself into something different just because other people want that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's definitely understandable. So then, with that in mind, what is content that you enjoy doing but you've not done a lot of?
That wait, say the question again. That I'm doing that I'm not.
That you have done before that you want to do again. That something that you've not done too often.
Hand cam stuff. I don't want to show my face anymore, but the only hand cam stuff I've done is like opening gifts from Throne, and I did like a painting stream one time. It's just like kind of a bitch to set up, I'm not gonna lie, but
Oh yeah, no, I can
that's
understand
another thing I
how.
want to get into.
Just use the Connect.
the Connect.
Use the Connect. It's got hand tracking in it.
People do cooking streams. Like, how do they just bring their computer over to the kitchen? Like, cooking stream would be fun if I knew how to like set that up properly. But
Honestly, I have no idea. I could
like,
imagine that they might have like a monitor, like in. Yeah, no, I honestly don't know. Maybe they're just close enough to the kitchen. Like, I'm thinking of how Giddy would do it, where, like, I can understand the logistics of having the camera there. That's simple enough. But, and like, you can get a cable to just go from the camera to the PC in your room. But if it's in your room, you're not gonna see shit.
yeah, exactly. Or how everything's going, or like switching scenes, and like,
Yeah.
like, oh, it's so complicated. Like, my brain hurts thinking about
Yeah.
it.
No, I don't even know. But no, that's definitely interesting. So,
yeah.
doing more hand cam stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do you...
I've also done one watch party too before. That'd be cool.
Okay. When you did hand cam, did you do like Hololive does and like wear gloves?
Nah, I just painted my nails black, and I'm like, you know,
There, that's
doing little
the...
hand signs like hello. I'm Demi.
How many times did you flip off the camera?
Oh, plenty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doing the little circle with the putting your finger in the circle thing too. Like,
Oh.
I don't care.
Yeah, no, flipping the bird, I feel like it's like a requisite when you're doing a hand cam. Like, at least once, you've got to flip the bird to chat.
I can't wait the day I get a 3D model and I can actually flip you guys off.
You can do it so many.
Wait.
You can do it all the time.
I can't wait. Yeah, anytime. First thing I do when I get a 3D.
Very first thing, you debut the model, it opens up to a middle finger.
my intro, like,
yeah.
Ready for the debut? 2 birds up.
Just fucking both of them.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, now it's time to thank our sponsor for this episode. So this episode of FNV has been brought to you by me. Go check out fnv.crd.co for anything to do with the show. And you can go check out the audio-only platforms, which are quite outdated, but once the season is over, I will get back to updating that twice weekly. And yeah, the show is currently available on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and Anchor FM. All the links are available there on fnv.crd.co. There is also a Google Forms link if you are a VTuber and you wish to apply to be a guest for season 2. Feel free to go there, and if you might not be, but you know someone who you think might be interested, send it to them. Otherwise, that's all for me. Make sure you go check out my wonderful guest, Demi, on Twitter and Twitch. Her links are in the description, in the show notes, in chat, and on the screen. You can find her Twitter at Demythical. That is D-E mythical, just how you would spell it normally. And then on Twitch, it's Demythical, but with 2 L's. I'm assuming
There's a story behind that.
I'm assuming the 1 L was taken.
Yeah. It's taken by me. Funny story.
It's taken by you. Oh, was it your
Yeah.
old? No. Wait. Okay. Let me just quickly finish it, and then we can get back to that. So yeah, go check her out. Her links are in chat, in the description, show notes. It's everywhere. Her YouTube is also tagged in the title of the VOD on my YouTube channel, so you can just go find her YouTube there. It's also just at Demythical. But okay, now, why is your Twitch? Why does it have 2 L's?
I hate it. Okay, so before Mixer, Xbox had an option to stream on Twitch. Actually, before Mixer, it was Beam, and before Beam, it was nothing. So Xbox actually had their straight to streaming to Twitch. And that's when, this is around the time when I changed my Xbox tag to Demythical. So the name of Demythical is actually pre-VTuber, pre-streaming. It was actually my Xbox name.
Okay.
The inspiration behind the name, honestly, this is back when I watched PewDiePie, and I'm like, oh, PewDiePie is just made up of 3 different words, so why don't I just make up my own? So I forget what other names I had, but I kept going until none of them were taken and it ended up being Demythical. I just kept adding a bunch of random letters to the words that I liked, and the word mythical was actually a word that I liked that had a nice ring to it. I'm like, okay, we're gonna call it Demythical. And then so Xbox came, that was my gamer tag. And then I made an account.
It didn't have a bunch of like
Xbox.
X's and underscores and
My previous gamer tag was LX Tokyo Ghoul XL.
wait, it was what?
Okay, you know the anime Tokyo Ghoul?
Yeah.
So that was taken. So I added the LX and the XL like at the end and the beginning. Yeah, that was cringe. I was
Wow.
a cringe weeaboo. Okay, listen, I was living my best life. Okay. Anyway, Demythical was born on Twitch before Beam, and I only used that account to, I think I streamed like once, and then the rest was just to watch other streamers. And then on Beam, I was named something else. So when I came back to Twitch eventually on PC, I couldn't log into that old Twitch account, Demythical, with 1 L, because
Why not?
I lost. So you know how Microsoft has this weird thing is if you can't get into it, you have a bunch of security shit, and like the security stuff for like the phone number and the email is non-existent anymore. I was like 14. I used like a home phone, right?
Oh, damn.
And
Like a
when I'm
landline.
young and dumb, yeah. And when I'm young and dumb, I don't remember the security questions or the answers to them. Like I probably
Yeah.
even lied about my age. So like I could not get back into that account email. So I can't get back into the original Demythical, which what really sucks is that account is inactive. It's been over 10 years, and Twitch's forums say, yeah, it hasn't been used, hasn't been even logged in, and Twitch's forums say that if it's inactive, you're able to take that name, and I've been trying every year to take that name back, but it just won't let me. So
I
I'm
just
stuck
don't.
with 2 fucking L's.
Twitch is just like, yeah, you take that L.
And it
and you
sucks
add it
'cause I
to the
have no
back of your
proof.
name.
Yeah, like I actually talked to a staff member, and I don't have any proof that that is really me because it's so old. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know, there's nothing I can do about it unless they just unlock that name so I can get it back or change it to something else. But I want to be Demythical.
So then, what do people normally just call you, Demi? What have
Yeah.
people called you otherwise?
Oh God.
Mythy?
No, not really nicknames, more like pronouncing it wrong. So I want people to call me Demi because that's a
Okay.
shorthand of like my character name, which kind of
Yeah.
worked out in the end. People say Demythical, and I'm like, dude, you make me sound like a
Demythical.
popsicle. Like, it's so funny when people mispronounce it. It's supposed to be Demythical, like you said it perfectly. It's just Demythical. That's literally how it is. So it's funny the way people mispronounce it. I don't care. It's funny. But yeah, Demi is what I go by.
Demythical. I'm gonna start calling you Demythical just because of that. Or otherwise, it's like somebody's trying to call you a chica, but they've got a lisp, so they're just calling you a thicka.
Yeah, Ithaca.
How about Cal?
Cal?
Has
Ooh,
nobody
never...
tried calling you Cal before?
No, it's so different from Demi. It's like a whole different name.
If you graduate and you take up a new persona, your name's gonna be Cal now.
Oh, jeez. That's too close to Mori Calliope.
Yeah, to Callie.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think I'd want to do that. I don't even know what my rebrand name would be. Ugh, I don't want to think about a rebrand. That's so sad.
Yeah, I don't. I've got a couple names, but I don't use them at all. And a bunch of them are related to what I have now. There's just one that's completely out there, but yeah, that one. Oof, that one's old. That one.
Yeah.
That one's like Age of Empires 2 old.
Ooh. I don't even have a last name. Like I don't like. It's just Demi. I never thought about a last name. That's
Yeah,
another
no, me
plot hole in
neither.
my lore.
No. Your last name is Thickle.
Yeah, Demi.
Yeah,
Thickle.
Demythical. As long
With
as
two
it's
L's.
as long as you're not fickle. There's a difference.
You know what's funny is when my mom is brought up, we call her Mama Thickle.
You call her mama.
like my IRL
Oh,
IRL mom
okay.
if she's heard on
Yeah.
stream or something. We're like, oh, that's Mama Thickle. Don't worry about it.
Ah, okay. I think what have people called my parents? People call my mother Mom Rastro. Just swap out
Yeah.
the Zara for Mom.
Yeah.
And the same
cute.
with just swap it out for Papa, because that one works easier than Dad.
I thought you were gonna
Papa
say
Rastro.
Daddy Stro.
Yeah, I know, Paparazzo. It just sounds like a very weird paparazzi.
Oh yeah.
That's how what does it sound like? I don't know. I feel like it's got some kind of connection, but I'm not making that connection right now.
Sounds like a Paparia game. Papa's Pizzeria or something.
Yeah. Papa's Bistro.
Yeah.
But okay. So then let me talk. Let's ask a question that's not on the list, right? What's the biggest L you've taken since you started streaming? Just because I'm still on the L.
So many L's. I have doxed myself so many times. Like first, last name, address, email, everything.
Damn. When
One
was
of
that
the
though?
most recent.
What?
Yes. Okay. So the new stupid Windows update. Okay. For some reason, Streamlabs didn't I wasn't able to broadcast my game. And I
Yeah.
got really frustrated. And I didn't want to restart stream because I want to keep my VODs like complete.
The one, yeah.
So I'm like, screw it. I'm just gonna do a display capture. Oh God, why did
Oh.
I do that? So I display
Yeah.
captured it. It's towards the end of stream, and I wanted to tab out, and it wouldn't let me tab out. So I pressed the Windows key, and when you press the
Oh, no.
Windows key, on the
It
upper
shows your
left-hand
username.
corner,
Yeah.
it showed my first and last name and a picture of my face when I was like 16.
Why did it pick up when you were 16?
Because I never changed it. It was like my Microsoft account I made years ago. I never bothered to change it.
Have you
This was
changed- have you
literally,
changed it in the
other
meantime?
week. I've changed it since. Yeah, I'm like, okay, Demi, now you need to finally change this shit. This is the last straw. You can't keep doing this.
At least,
And then-
at least you docked your 16-year-old self and not your
Yeah.
current self. So, like, there's
Exactly.
probably a bit of facial difference. I don't know. Some people age wildly. Like, I don't look like I looked 4 years ago. Not at all.
Oh,
But I
I'm
saw.
like an emo fuck now.
Yeah. No, I back then I looked like some. I don't know what I looked like. Some of my friends said I looked a lot like a Jew. They I have a big nose, so they played
Did
into
you have
those
the fro?
stereotypes. I did.
Let's go.
I did have a bit of a
The
fro.
fro.
Yeah, I did have a bit of a Jew fro. And ever since 2019, I've grown out my hair. So it's long now. It goes down past my shoulders. So I don't have a fro anymore
Ooh.
because I've also kind
Let's
of
go.
tried to straighten it out and get rid of the curls, but it's a
Yeah.
long process because these curls are strong. They do not want
And
to
as
go.
soon as you cut that, that's gonna grow back even curlier.
Yeah.
For sure, so-
No, as soon as I cut it, it's the curls are gonna come back instantly. So I'm not cutting my hair. I cut it on the sides and the back. There it's short, only the top's long. But either way, I've got that. I've now got a lot more facial hair than I did back then, and yeah, I just don't look how I did 4 years ago, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
And the other day, I walked into somebody in the store, and I was like, "Hey, I haven't seen you in a hot minute." They looked exactly the fucking same.
Yeah, it's funny to see people from like I get in touch with people that I know since high school, and like a lot of them just look the exact same, and some of them have complete different makeovers. Like, god damn, good for
Yeah, yeah. Personally, I feel like I've blown up
you. Yeah.
ever since. But I feel like that's just the hair being grown out that upped my confidence. So I'm like more in love with myself now because I'm actually happy with my hair, which previously was a very big what do you call it? Insecurity?
Insecurity. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it would be considered an insecurity back then. So
Maybe that's why I dyed my hair so many times.
what's your
My hair's been every color of
natural
the rainbow?
what's your natural hair color?
Really dark brown, close to black, but like in the
Same.
summer, it's like a little bit more brown. Yeah.
Yeah, same here. Although the weird thing is,
Right.
my beard, right? It's the same color as my hair. It's also kind of like a darker brown. But sometimes with how the light, specifically how sunlight falls on it, it can look a bit red. So I've got like a tinge
Yeah.
of red in my beard, but like ginger. Which is funny because my mother's a ginger and so is my brother.
Oh, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, but I don't get how I can have ginger in my beard, not in my hair or anywhere else, because it's only in my beard.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
So yeah, it's
know.
probably just how the sun falls. I don't know, but yeah. So back to you doxing yourself.
I think and then I doxed my address when it was my first hand cam stream. I didn't realize that on the side of Amazon packages, there's literally a shipping address right on the fucking box. And I'm like, oh, shoot. Quickly pulled that off the camera. I'm like, okay, let me go Sharpie all these real quick.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so clumsy. I didn't have a manager or anything. I still don't, well, technically, if we get into the agency stuff, I technically have a manager now. But, back then, you know, just me, again, no VTuber friends, no advice, no guidance. So I was just a mess. I'm so clumsy.
No, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I would make those similar kind of mistakes. I've used display capture many times, and luckily my usernames are all Zara.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I tell the guy who I go to for my IT guy, essentially, I tell him like, hey, Zara, that's the name. Put it on everything there. And when he didn't, I would change it. I would go and I'd be like, no, I don't want my legal name anywhere on my computer. At least somewhere that I would possibly go to when I'm live or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And what sucks because like PayPal, stuff like that, you can easily dox yourself too.
Yeah.
It's like when you commission an artist and stuff.
Yeah, with that,
It's
I've
tricky.
also had experiences with that. So I've learned to set up a business account and set it in such a way so that your personal info is on your PayPal for legal reasons, but nobody sees it.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why I have a specific clause in my TOS when I do for my rigging comms or any commissions actually, where I say any private information that might be shared through PayPal or invoicing or anything like that will remain private. It won't be brought up in any conversation or whatsoever. But I've seen many VTubers with real names and shit. So
Yeah.
but I've never, shared any.
Yeah, we just kind of turn a blind eye when we see that. 'Cause
Yeah,
I see it all
pretty
the time too
much.
when I take comms.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, I
we just kind of
also
look away from it.
yeah, sometimes I feel like, oh, I commissioned this artist. Now I see their full legal name right there. I'm like,
Yeah.
Should I tell them? Nah, I don't wanna go into that conversation.
Mm-hmm. You don't want them to freak out either. But like,
Yeah.
oh shoot, I didn't know. Yeah, it's awkward. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
I
it
know
also
about the
but it also
business
feels like,
stuff.
do I tell them? Because like, what if they actually don't know and they don't want it
Yeah.
there? But then it's like, then I've got to remember how to help them set up the business account, which is a pain. It is
Oh yeah.
an absolute pain. Like I did it 2 years ago. I said it and I forgot it.
Same. I set mine a long time ago, in like my first couple art commissions when I noticed. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shoot, how do I protect my identity? You know.
Yeah. Not to mention, I've just had so many issues with PayPal because there's not that much support for it down here in South Africa. There's
really?
only one of our banks actually supports withdrawals from Cape Town. Ugh, not from Cape Town, from PayPal.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had
That
to go
sucks.
open a new
Holy
bank
shit.
account so that I could
Oh,
withdraw from
no.
PayPal because FNB was not my main bank. My main bank was Capitec. And now it still
Okay.
kind of is. That's the only bank account that the government knows of.
Got it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I am not committing tax evasion. Definitely not. I promise 100%.
Ugh, I don't even want to talk about VTuber taxes. My first year, bro. I was heartbroken.
You had to pay taxes already on your VTuber
yeah,
shit?
I owed like over $2,000 in taxes Yeah, it was awful.
Jesus.
Because Twitch never took out a percentage of my payouts. Like, I thought they did the whole time. I thought they took out like 15% or something like they said in the forums, but my withholding rate was 0%. So every single paycheck I got every month, if you add it all up, and then if you count the sponsorships I got from Stream Elements, and if you PayPal, by the way, donations, that's also taxed. I got taxed on my PayPal stuff as well. So I owed a fuck ton of money that year.
Damn.
And yeah, right now I haven't got around to it, but I need to start like putting money away for all the paychecks and all the sponsorship shit aside.
Yeah. Honestly, if SARS comes after me now, I don't know if I'm gonna be in this shit or not, because I feel like there's a lot of money that I've made that I've not been taxed on, but I've never been in a income bracket or a tax bracket where I am supposed to be taxed. Yeah. So it's like I've always like feel like I've flown under the radar for long enough, where it's like, okay, yeah, I'm not. You know, it's still not enough to be taxed, because it's like you're gonna at most get like $20 out of me per month or something.
Yeah, it depends how much you make, I believe.
Yeah.
And then it's tough asking people about it, because every time I ask like 3 different people and they're like, oh yeah, my parents just do it. And I'm like, wow, thanks, you're a real fucking help. I had to go to a tax lady for it. I had to pay a professional to get it all done, because it's weird, because Twitch is counted as your own business, but then, like, you don't really have a company. So it's like, it was a very weird process on trying to figure out how to do it myself. So I ended up going to a lady, and she helped me out and did all that stuff for me.
I feel like you could actually market, like, this is not real advice or anything. This is just a train of thought. I feel like you could maybe, like, say you're a contractor to Twitch, because you kind of have a contract with Twitch, which is the affiliate agreement.
Yeah, that's true. What's interesting is anything that has to do with streaming, any games that you buy. I bought the computer the following year. She said you can probably add that as a tax write-off. Like, do as much as you can to save money. Yeah. So.
Right, everything is a tax write-off.
Yeah. Adult things. Oh my god, I hate it.
I don't even know the first part of it. I've never touched it. The closest I got to it was my part-time job signing me up for UIF, which is unemployment funds, which I don't get why they signed me up for it. I was 16 at the time. I'm not qualified. I'm not qualified for UIF. There is literally no precedent for me to be on UIF, but they signed me up for it anyways. So that was a bit weird. Which is why all of my PayPal stuff does not go into that bank account that they know of that was signed up for UIF. I don't get anything either. I'm signed up for UIF, but I don't get shit.
But you don't get it?
No. So it's weird. Just I don't even know half of what actually happened. I just know I got like an SMS saying, "Hey, this account of yours has been signed up." And I'm like, huh? Mom, what's this mean? and she was like, what? Why did they do this?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, but okay, back to our main question. So now let me ask you, what has been keeping you motivated? So you've been streaming for a while, and you've been doing VTubing for how long?
A year. It's been, well, VTubing specifically, I debuted last April.
Last April? Yeah, okay. So yeah, you've been around the block for a bit. So what would you say has kept you going and kept you motivated and fighting burnout?
My community, for sure. If it wasn't for the people that are in my Discord and the people that showed up every day to keep me going, if it wasn't for them, I would not be doing this. Like, I remember one really, like, the hardest blow I had is when my last computer, my CPU just kind of shit the bed, and I didn't have enough money to get a new computer. And like, anytime I'm in trouble some way, my community is there for me, either like support financial wise or just literally just being there. Like I remember when I got my kitten, people helped pay for my kitten bills. When the computer went out, people helped me get the parts for it, and they were there for me the whole month that I wasn't streaming, and they came back when I came back for the month I was gone, you know, because dealing with computer trouble. So it's like, if I didn't have the people that are in my community, I wouldn't keep going. And another motivation is seeing the growth. I know numbers isn't everything, but now that I'm like finally putting my foot and I'm branching out to meeting other VTubers and
Numbers
seeing
do
progress. They
it shouldn't be your main thing,
especially as a smaller streamer.
Yeah, it shouldn't be your main thing, but when you're small, numbers definitely do matter.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, it makes me feel like I'm doing something right. Like,
yeah, you're actually seeing growth and seeing a response to what you are doing.
Yeah, like you can ask anyone that's been around that I squeal like a fucking pig when someone says they found me through TikTok. I'm like, oh my god, you found me through TikTok? That's awesome. Wait, which TikTok did you find me from? Like, I get so hyped up when people find me through other resources. I think it's so fucking cool that they took the time to be like, oh, I kind of like this girl. Let me go check her out. Like, that's 3 extra steps I have to do in order to find me. That really is. So
they go from your TikTok to your profile to your... What, do you have your Twitch link directly on your profile?
Yeah, it's like a card that has my links.
Okay, yeah. So then it goes from the TikTok to your profile to your card to your Twitch.
Right. It's a bunch of extra steps. So a lot of people don't realize that, and it's like, I'm super grateful when people say that they're from something like that.
Yeah.
So every little bit is each motivation, definitely. And even more now that I'm an agency, which is kind of an announcement I made earlier this week.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, just before you started that stream, I scrolled down and I saw the banner and I clicked it. So I knew you were part of an agency before you announced it. Because I saw the Twitter post
that day
and all that. I was just on it. But okay, so then let me ask you, what has been your biggest weakness in VTubing? This is something that you are currently still struggling with. This can, I'll put an example. I'll go first. I'll say short form content is definitely my biggest fucking weakness because I don't understand it.
It's literally Zoomer humor.
Yeah,
like,
I don't understand Zoomer humor. Like, I am a Zoomer. I am 22. I turned 22 a month ago.
I'm turning 22 next month. Let's go.
Fucking hell yeah. But I feel like I'm a millennial. But I'm technically a Zoomer.
It has changed.
I don't get it.
The whole TikTok and like having like having Family Guy on one side of the screen and then Subway Surfers at the bottom. Like it's fucking
We've
crazy.
Talked about this so many times. I can make a compilation of like 5 to 10 different streams where we've had this exact topic of Family Guy, Subway Surfers, and somebody cutting soap. Having Charlie speak about it as well in like 4 different 5-6 different split screens.
It's because we're so addicted to the technology. We need that constant simulation. So trying to make that sort of stuff when you're not used to it is really difficult. And it's something definitely I'm still struggling, but trying to push myself because that's the type of content that people want to watch right now.
Yeah. But actually, you know, I saw a very, very interesting take from Healthy Gamer, Dr. Khan from healthygamer.gg. He said the reason why the Family Guy clip stuff, you know, the Subway Surfers cutting soap, why that works, or somebody playing Minecraft parkour, something like that, why that works is because that's how it would work in real life too. If you're speaking to someone, right? Say you and I are sitting at a table, like getting a coffee or whatever. We're just talking. Are we going to be looking each other in the eyes the whole time for this entire hour that we've been spoken? Are we going to be looking at each other for the entire hour in each other's eyes? No, we're not. We're going to be looking around. I'm going to be looking at the cars passing by. I'm going to be looking at the birds flying above it. I'm going to be looking at what other people are eating. I'm going to be looking at that lady's funny hairstyle 3 seats down.
Yeah.
While but I'm still listening to what you're speaking or to what you're saying.
Yeah.
So it's not that our attention spans are short. It's just that people discovered if the main device is audio, people need something visually stimulating as well to keep their attention on it. So seeing someone do Minecraft parkour successfully while speedrunning shorts is just another way of keeping your attention for as long as possible within those 60 seconds.
Right.
So even then,
yeah.
with me saying that and understanding it, I still don't fucking know how to do shorts. I've clipped
video
many.
editing and stuff.
No, it's not even the video editing that's tough. I used to do VTube. I used to do normal YouTube videos back in 2018.
Oh, okay.
But I don't fucking shorts, man. They're different. Like, I can edit them, sure. I just don't know what to put in them. Like, I've made a couple and they've all flopped.
Yeah, it also depends on the algorithm, because like my format, I realize that I've fallen into, if it's like TikTok or like a popular song that I can kind of lip sync to, I'll do that, or like a funny audio, like
Yeah.
send this to your homies if you're blah blah blah, like I'll like lip sync to something like that. But now I'm starting to do into like funny game moments and clips, but some of them flop, some of them have 10 views on shorts, sometimes it's 300 views on TikTok. It's the freaking algorithm, and like some of them hit, like one of them hit like 100,000 on TikTok one day, then the next one hit 10. So like it really, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so inconsistent when it comes to shorts like that.
Yeah. But okay, so that's my weakness. Now what is yours? So this is, so as I said, this is something that you're still struggling with now.
Yeah, it's a learning process.
Yeah.
One of them with the big one is, I'm sure we all have some form of anxiety, social anxiety and stuff, and mine was I've gotten over it now. I've learned to like my voice and my lisp and my stutter, but especially when I talk,
I haven't
really
even
comfortably,
noticed.
Yeah, it's because I have a lot of practice talking, but when I get more comfortable or I'm tired, you can hear it more of my lisp and my stutter. And talking was kind of scary at first, especially when knowing that I was a VTuber. A lot of people, they count on the auditory connection with the VTuber, because a lot of people like the voices of VTubers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
when I'm the contradiction of that.
Yeah. So when you don't have an audience to talk to, and knowing in the back of my mind I need to keep talking in order to act like I'm engaging with people, is my biggest struggle, is when the chat goes silent and I don't have stuff to bounce back to. Because if I'm not with friends or if I'm on my own, I'm silent. I just can't act like, like one of those streamers, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go pick up this rock and now I'm gonna go put this rock over here to make something with it. You know what I mean? Like, I can't do commentary stuff like that. It's not natural for me.
Yeah.
So that's one of my biggest struggles, is trying to keep commentary when I don't have anything else to bounce back off of.
Okay. So you need like the back and forth.
Yeah, like the banter.
Yeah.
That's why I try to stream with friends, but when I'm like playing like story games and stuff, it's tough. Yeah, the quarry.
Yeah.
That's a good example.
I'll sit there in the call with you and just look and be like, hey, doesn't this dude look like Dewey from Scream?
Right. See, that's what I need though. If someone initiates something in chat, then I can have a conversation about it.
Yes. Yes.
Like, my brain is empty. I can't think of stuff on the spot.
I can definitely relate with that. It used to be a problem for me as well, but I feel like I've learned how to do it a bit better. That so much that I don't consider it that much of a problem anymore. There's definitely still room for improvement. But personally, I wouldn't consider it an issue for me anymore. But okay, so now that we've done current struggles, what is something that you struggled with in the past that you don't struggle with at all anymore?
I've learned how to do a lot of things on my own. And that is like, The biggest thing that I've learned for myself personally is to not be stubborn. Not to be stubborn to like, okay, Demi, you know what? Finally Google something for once in your life. Like, as an artist and like starting to video edit, I kind of had to stick up my ass. I'm like, yeah, I know what the fuck I'm doing. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So I'm like, you know what? Fine. I'm going to go Google how to make this transparent. I'm going to Google how to do this and that. And getting over the hurdle of trying not to be stubborn, just researching stuff was actually a struggle because I'm such a stubborn brat. So once I got over that hurdle, I started improving in my editing. I started to look for different artists and like not get scammed and like, you know, like internet dive into all these other resources just because I was too stubborn to look, even though it's right there.
Okay, but at least not anymore. You're not
anymore.
as
Like
stubborn anymore.
if I have a question, I'll just look it up. And even now, I'm like, because I didn't have a holding hand, I absolutely love helping other people when in their VTubing journey. I made 2 tutorial videos, and I still plan to make more. About how to do things and what people struggle with, because I don't want people to make the same mistakes I did, because I blew through a lot of money. And it's terrible. Not everyone can blow through money. So I want to make sure that I can be someone's like big sister and help them through that process, because it really is scary, and it kind of derails a lot of people too, like where they just don't want to do it because they're scared.
Yeah.
So.
No, VTubing is definitely. I saw a meme earlier in the week. It's a super expensive hobby, and the meme is. Have you ever seen the meme of like a guy walking up steps, right? But
wait a minute, hold that thought. I think I know the exact same meme you're talking about. I found it the other day.
Yeah. It was on Twitter. It was like yesterday or the day before, where the guy is taking steps onto a staircase, and each step, the first step is just testing out streams. Yes. yes, it's that one. I'll show it on stream. I'll show it on stream real quick. Let me know if you can see this, chat. No, you cannot. Okay. I'll just add a new browser source real quick. To our audio only listeners, make sure you hop over to the VOD real quick. Our current timestamp is 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 33 seconds. If you just check this, boom.
Yeah, basically it's a guy who is skipping up a couple of steps. Each step has a text saying, the guy is an aspiring VTuber, so he's skipping over the getting to know the community, skipping the streaming just to see if you like it, the PNG tuber, and straight to commissioning a fancy model. And that's exactly what the fuck I did.
Yeah. That's what we all did.
This is my first model. This is on 2.0. This is my very first base model.
Damn.
That you're looking at right now. So
yeah, no, just skipping all of that. No getting to know the community, no streaming just to see if you like it, no PNG tuber, just straight up skipping. Honestly, I feel like you can skip the first 2. The streaming just to see if you like it, and the PNG tuber, those 2 can go hand in hand. I'd actually recommend it because it's going to be a lot more difficult if you're just a game screen on your stream. Yeah. But like you've already got some personality, like a lot more with just a PNG tuber on the screen.
Exactly. I always recommend when I actually turned a couple of my friends who were just regular gamers that, you know, they saw what I was doing and they wanted to be a VTuber. I recommended them immediately to try out PNG. I'm like, listen, I know you're hard on cash. I was telling them, don't be scared. You can literally be in PNG for like $30 to get like a half body art.
Legit.
Like someone can create you a character. Like there are ways to someone to help you make a character if you don't know what you want, and just be a piece of art. All they gotta do is open the mouth and close it, and you'll be a PNG, and you can test it out. You can get OBS, it's free. You can stream for free and try it.
Yep.
It's not all scary. You can do it. Trust me, I can help you.
Yeah. And it's like, if you need help setting shit up, dude, I'm right here.
Yeah, don't be afraid to look things up or reach out to people who are other VTubers. I mean, there's a lot of people who don't really want to help, but there's a lot who do, and they understand where you're coming from, and we're not all as scary as you think we are.
I'm one of those people, like, I'll be annoyed initially by people coming to me for help, but I'll still help them anyways.
Yeah, it depends what kind of vibe they're bringing with. If it's like some complete stranger versus like your friend or someone in the community.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's like there are a couple people who I kind of coach in rigging every now and then, where if they have some question, they'll be like, "Hey, Zara, I need help. What do I do here? What did I do? Why is it broken?" And then I'll look at it and be like, "Oh, you did this thing."
Yeah.
And then I'll scold them. I'll be like, "Why? Why did you do this thing? You're not supposed to do this."
Why'd you touch it?
Why did you touch it? It says do not touch. Why you touch?
Literally.
But yeah, no, when it comes to making tutorials as well, I've done them in the past. I still have one tutorial that's popping off that I made ages ago, like literal years ago by now, probably. And it's how to make a working steering wheel for VTubers. Like, I still every now and then it pops into my recent views on videos, and yeah, it was published. Let me just find it real quick, right? So, content.
You want to know why it's popping off? Because the VTuber era is popping off. Like, people are making assets, so they're looking up YouTube videos on how to do things right now. So I feel like that's always going to get viewed, especially tutorial videos, because there's always going to be someone looking up that question. So
yeah,
it's a good format for sure.
Okay, so I made this video a long time ago. When's the date it was published? It was published on... Give me the date. July 12th. A year ago? 2 years ago. Yeah, almost exactly 2 years ago. And since then, it's been steadily climbing. It's gone up to 585. But I think it's the other one that went higher. But it's just like, I made it so long ago, and people are like watching it now. And I'm like, but I don't get it. Why? It was actually such a bad tutorial too. Because you have to make your own art. You have to rig it in VTube Studio. I mean, not VTube Studio, in Live 2D. But you have to like rig it into the source file of your model. And that was...
When I look back.
Yeah, but that was way before the Live 2D assets in VTube Studio. So I could actually remake it, be like, hey, you can do it now, and I'll put this thing up as a asset that you can get.
Mm-hmm.
I should do that.
A lot of people do that. They make like a Ko-fi or a Patreon and stuff, and sometimes you can make the asset for free, or maybe pay what you want so you can get some donations or make it $1 or something. Yeah. I literally just bought this VTuber. She had a pack. It was $15 of like different you probably saw on stream, like the little pet rub. I just wanted the pet rub on the cheek, but I had to buy the whole pack, so I paid $15 just for that hand asset, just for that fucking 5-second hand asset. Which is great. I love to support people, but like,
how much did you pay for the let me do it for you?
That one was free, actually. A lot of the assets that I find are from the VTuber asset Discord.
Oh yeah.
And
is it hosted by Baff?
I don't know who the owner is, but what I did is I just like edited the eyes to be my eye color, and that's it, because she like separated the eyes and stuff. But when I see something I really like and have to pay for it, I'll definitely pay for it. But if it's free, even better. Just make sure you credit stuff. What I do is I just put everything that I use in a Discord channel in my Discord, because it's gonna be hell if I did credit every single asset that I use. So I've used so many over the year. Yeah. So I just put it in Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like even just having to, like, I don't do it and I kind of feel bad, but even having to credit just whose art you're using in the thumbnail of your streams.
Right.
Like, I don't do it because I've forgotten.
What sucks is I don't know the people who made some of my art, because of when I deleted my Facebook account, I didn't know that was linked to my Fiverr account. My Fiverr
Ah.
account is what I first started commissioning some art, and there's a couple of things that I've lost that are not on my computer anymore, and I don't even know the fucking names to the people who did them. So it's like, oh shit, that's one thing I can never get
That's
back.
a rip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, it happens.
Okay. Then, next question I have for you is, what do you do when you're not streaming? What do you do in your off time?
Even though we talked about social anxiety earlier, I'm kind of a party animal. So
Let's see when there's
When
booze
I-
involved.
literally, when I'm not streaming, so I usually stream during the weekdays, and then the weekends is when I take the personal time to myself.
Party time!
Yeah, literally. I have to get
Time to
away
get
from that
fucked up.
atmosphere. Yeah. I have a very small social battery, and as much as I love streaming and stuff, I do need time to myself. So that when I'm not streaming, I'm usually out with my friends, you know, partying or getting drunk. Literally, I have a friend group that every Friday night they get drunk in his bar, and I have another one that works at a bar, and like it's just like the time. Sometimes I don't drink every weekend, but most of the time I'm hanging out and doing something. It's when I'll do my shopping or like touching grass. You know, I'm not.
Yeah. Going
total
outside.
vampire. Yeah.
Going outside of the graveyard.
Yeah, and then if it was a couple months ago, I would say I'd be working, but now I'm doing VTubing full time. So now I'm like really chronically online in my house every day until the weekend hits.
Working on.
Yeah.
Do you? So I'm assuming you also like edit stuff in your off time. Do you plan streams?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I do. I have a scheduled time where I stream, and then another, like, I guess this goes back to the weakness question, is so I'm organized when it comes to planning my streams, but I'm not when it comes to like art commissions and editing. Like, I need to drill in my brain, like, okay, Demi, you should post a video once a week. You should do this on this day and that day. And it's hard for me because my body is just like, ugh, I kind of want to sleep 12 hours today, you know? Like,
Like a true
I just
vampire.
can't,
Sleep the day
I
away.
can't get motivated to just get up and do things now. It's hard. It's really hard for me. But I'll be doing that in my free time. Yeah, if I'm not like playing fucking Fortnite, I'll just like video edit.
Yeah, no,
you know?
I see you've got Fortnite open right now.
Oh shit, it's still open.
You forgot.
Oh, you're
about-
right. Sorry,
no,
I was playing
yeah,
it before
you're-
the podcast.
I know.
Sorry.
I know. No, your Discord's been saying playing Fortnite for the whole time.
Shit. I was playing only
And I
up
was
in
like,
Fortnite, man. I'm trying
you-
to beat it.
Yeah, and I was like, you probably forgot it open.
Yeah, I left it open by accident. Shit. Oops,
Someone's
I
got their
just
lobby
closed it.
music muted.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I wouldn't be able
Definitely.
to handle that the whole time.
The only time I didn't have my lobby music muted was back at the original season 3 and 4, and that
Oh.
time when it was still the OG
The OG
music.
sounds. Now there's so many
I'm
songs. that you can
old.
put on. No, I played Fortnite when it first came out, back when like the Black Knight and John Wick were a thing.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
We're
My
not that
buddy.
old. We just feel old.
I started playing at the end of the John Wick season. John Wick season was season 2, I believe.
Yeah.
I started playing mid season 3. We didn't buy the battle pass. My first battle pass that I bought was season 4. We bought and we continued playing up until season 10, I think. After that, we left it, and now I've got a bunch of half completed battle passes since. But we
Yeah.
stopped playing it mostly because of ping, because that's an issue. But
Oh yeah, the connection.
yeah. Have you ever played Save the World?
I have actually.
You
Back
have?
when I barely had any money and I really wanted V-Bucks, I realized you can get V-Bucks and save the world, but it's not like something I would do for fun anymore. Not
You
at
can
all.
you can get so many V-Bucks from Save the World.
Yeah.
I've gotten I don't even know how many, but I've not bought that much V-Bucks. I have a fuck ton of skins.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because I would get V-Bucks from Save the World and I would only spend them in VR.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I
But
definitely. I'm a sucker for cosmetics. I've bought a lot of skins.
yeah. No, me too. every time I reinstall CSGO, I'm like, okay, but my AK is looking a bit basic. It's looking a bit default. And now I guess I gotta, I gotta go buy a new AK skin.
I think the most I've spent when it comes to games and cosmetics was definitely Call of Duty Cold War when they started releasing all the anime bundles, and I'm like, oh, I need that. I need every
Dude,
single
I'm
one.
a sucker for anime bundles or anime skins.
Yeah.
And in Warzone 2, there are good anime skins, but they're all on shit guns. So I'm like, it's not
they're
worth
always
it.
on something you don't use.
Yeah, like give me a universal anime skin, please. Make it fucking $100. I'll buy it. I will buy it, and I will put it on every single fucking one of my guns.
Yeah.
I'll put it on my RPG.
Right. I remember in Cold War, it was an anime skin for a tank, and I'm like, oh my god, I never went on Warzone, but if I went in Warzone or something with a tank and see this big pink skinned anime girl on that shit, that'd be hilarious.
An Itasha tank.
I'd be scared.
I would fucking rock it. I would try to get into a tank every single match if I could.
Yeah.
But okay, actually, before we move on to the next question, I also kind of wanted to say. So I mentioned making videos back in 2018. They were all on Save the World.
Oh really?
Yeah, I started out making Save the World content once every week, like making a review of a new weapon. When the Halloween event came out, what was it called back then?
Oh, I don't know.
I believe it's still called something along the line. Fort Nightmares, that's what it was called. When that came out in 2018, I believe it was either the first or the second Fort Nightmares ever, and I made a video on that, going over the, what do you call it, the event, the rules of it, how it works, and showing a playthrough demo of the first map and all that. So yeah, I did that. They did decently well for a channel starting from absolutely nothing.
Yeah, especially back then when Save the World, a lot of people played it way back then.
Yeah, it was super niche. I still have a bunch of the big Save the World creators who don't create Save the World content anymore. Still follow me on Twitter and are somehow still sub to me on YouTube though, because I made connections.
Oh, that's cool.
I made connections. I networked.
Let's go.
That's an important thing. Networking.
Yes,
Let's go.
Definitely important. I remember I got stuck at some point. Like I couldn't upgrade my base or something. I forget why I stopped playing. I think I was just stuck at some part that was hard to go through. So I was like, whatever.
I think at that point there was a lot of way back, the Save the World now is a lot farther than where it was. Because I still have a friend who plays it every now and then, just for the dailies and for the V-Bucks, because he plays Fortnite normally. But yeah, no, it's back then. Twine Peaks, Candy Valley wasn't even completed yet.
Oh wow!
And now Twine Peaks is completed as a whole. And it's like there are different game modes and shit in it as well, every now and then, with events and stuff. Like Venture, which is kind of like an extraction shooter kind of vibe, now that I think of it. And yeah, it's just they've made so many changes, but the game still ain't where it could be.
Okay, I might give it a try one day when I'm bored. Right now I'm dipping my toes into creative stuff.
Ooh, what are you doing in creative? Are you making or are you just playing?
Just playing. Like before this started, I was playing Only Up in Fortnite, trying to beat it.
Playing Only Up in Fortnite.
Yeah. It's just a platforming and me raging and falling and screaming and
See, I'd want to try that, but I've been on those creative maps. It's even less ping friendly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Especially if you're trying to do parkour stuff. Rubber banding is horrible because you will stick the landing, but you will rubber band the fuck off of that thing.
Yeah, I got a friend that's British and they have a very hard time connecting, or they lag and stuff. I feel so bad.
Yeah.
It sucks.
When they're playing with you specifically. Or what? I'm pretty sure that if they were playing normally on like just on their own, it'd be fine. But yeah, no. Once the game gets like plus 100 ping, horrible. For me, 230 is the average.
Holy shit.
Yeah, yeah. Welcome to South Africa.
Oh, it is awful to play multiplayer stuff. Damn, that sucks.
Which is why we've been playing Warzone so much, because there are South African servers for it.
Oh,
Like
I can.
Yeah, I can. We played a DMZ match earlier today. We had 2 ping, 2 milliseconds.
Oh, nice.
The servers were like inside my roof, basically. That's how it felt. And like I can go into a lobby and I can just start speaking Afrikaans, and I know that someone in there will understand me and speak back.
That's good.
Yeah, which is not something that will happen anywhere else. Okay, the next question that I have for you is, what are your goals for the VTubing and/or content creation? Where do you want to take this? This can be done in different ways. Abstract, long-term, or short-term. Or all three. Whichever you want to try.
So many. It depends whatever I get to first, I guess. There's a lot of goals that are strictly I can't achieve until I have enough money for. There's goals that like I want to achieve in the future. I think my next big goal is, I'm kind of a person who takes one day at a time. So if I do this in a timeline wise, is I want to get my Halloween model, my zombie model. That's my goal. I want to start creating content with her. And then a bigger goal is, which I'm hoping to achieve if I have enough funds for my subathon that I'm going to have later this month, is I really want a 3D model. I feel so constricted in the type of content I can make between my model, because all I can do is like lip sync. Like, look at my noodle arms. I can't do anything with my noodle arms. I want to be able to move my hands. I want to be able to be expressive and make like VR chat content and move my model and stuff to TikToks and more short content like that. With a 3D model, I'll be able to achieve that, and I would be able to walk around and I just want to express myself so much better. And won't give up on my live 2D either. What was it?
Once again, use the Connect.
The Connect, exactly. Yeah, you can actually use the Connect for a fucking VR chat model. I looked that up before.
You've already got the tools.
Like the full tracking.
Yeah, you've already got the tools. And I feel like Connect was like way before its time.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, the fucking Wii was way ahead of its time. Like, getting Just Dance on the Wii, bro, that's crazy.
No,
like the motion tracking and stuff?
No, I feel like the Connect was better. Like
Really?
the Wii still has the remote in your hands.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess
The Connect,
no controller.
The Connect, you can do stuff without anything. It just looks at you and tracks your body.
Yeah, I feel like there wasn't many games to correspond with the Connect though. Like, you had Just Dance, which was perfect, but like Connectables, no one played that shit. Like, there wasn't enough optimization to have games interact with something like that.
Yeah.
Even though it was a great idea, but
now people just do VR.
yeah, literally VR chat.
But it's
Fuck
so
the metaverse,
fucking
dude.
expensive. Getting proper VR is oh my.
Yeah, that's why it's like one of those long-term goals. Like, if I get it, that's when I'll take that and take another step forward. I'll worry about that when it happens. But
Not to mention, you need the space for VR.
yeah, like,
So I
that's
cannot
true,
do
with the base
VR in my
stations
room.
and stuff.
My room is small and it's cluttered. I've got a bed, I've got a desk, I've got a what do you call it? A cupboard? What? A wardrobe, I guess. Closet.
Yeah.
A closet.
Yeah, closet.
That's the word I wanted. A closet and like another I guess that one would be more wardrobe, but it's more like a shelf and it's got more doors and shit in it.
Like a dresser, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't have any clothes in it, so
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I don't know if
Yeah,
that
my
counts
room's
as a
like the
dresser.
same.
And
I
it's
don't
got
have
a big
space.
chair in it too. Like it's got enough space for me to walk in and out of the room. That's it.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's
enough
true.
space for me to do a couple push-ups. That's not enough space for a VR set. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to move around much, but like I could at least move my arms and maybe take 3 steps back and stub my toe a little bit, but
I'll stub my toe with 1 step,
yeah.
both forward and
I'd make
back.
it work. And another goal of mine is more model related is I want a bigger mouth. I want my fangs to show more. I want like I guess it's like a rig issue maybe. If I ever go a 2.0 model, it's just gonna be like a more enhanced version of myself and be able to have more expressions on my face, have the lip tracking better, maybe a better eye tracker, like literally just more improvements
I'm
for
gonna
my model and my stream.
I'm gonna shamelessly plug myself for if you're not happy with your current rig.
Oh, for a rig?
Shamelessly plug myself like, hey, go check out my VGen.
Yeah.
But
I'll check it out.
yeah, no, I can understand that. If you've got fangs, you want to show them. I've got a little fang, but it's difficult to show because it's more on the side. Like if I zoom in right on this, on some angles you can see it.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like tucked away back there.
There you see it. It's on.
Oh,
it's on. It's on the side.
Yeah, I see it now.
There it is. But it's like it's so difficult to actually get it to show. So people don't. So many people don't even know that there is a little fang. But I'm in fucking love with little fangs.
You can't even see my fangs. They're so tiny.
Yeah, exactly.
They're too tiny, man. They're really tiny. My beach model has more like prominent mouth when it comes to the art, but oh, it's too tiny. I don't know where I was. There we go.
Oh, you were a bit more.
Is that good?
A bit bigger. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So yeah, just like model upgrades and you know, I'm an agency now. That was one of my goals too.
Hell yeah. Although it's a talent agency.
Yeah,
it's not a corp. Or rather, yeah, it's an agency, not a corp.
Yeah, I believe so. I think that's. I asked them like, what if I were to talk about you? How would I describe you? I think they wanted me to go with agency, talent agency.
From what I understood, it's actually the word I was looking for was group. It's more like an organized group.
That's how I see it too. But they do want to be
regarded as an agency.
It's
okay.
something they are working on. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's
They're
interesting.
getting like more members and more staff, and it's like a work in progress. It's really cool to see everything like come together as an affiliate. It's really exciting.
Where do you want to take it with the agency? Where do you think they'll go in the future?
It's hard to say right now because it looks like that. Again, like I said, it's kind of more like a work in progress. They're still getting affiliates on board, and like I haven't seen a contract yet or anything, so I don't know anything about what I'm supposed to say for NDA. You know, for right now, it seems like they're very lenient in content, which is great. I know that if I wanted to join an agency, I didn't want them to own my model. I didn't want them to.
Oh yeah, no.
Like questions were like, if
it's
they
your
took
brand
a
still.
Percentage. Yeah, or if like they took a percentage of my stuff or like stuff like that. So I'm hoping that from what they seem to be, is all they're asking for is like commitment and collaboration, which is exactly what I'm looking for. So like getting to know other VTubers, my Gen sisters, and being able to have help, because I do everything myself. So it will be so nice to like have someone do some advertising and like help me out if I have a question, and just having a resource to not feel so alone that I have to like, okay, I need to make my own schedule, I need to make my own thumbnail. Like it's so tiring after doing it all by yourself. You know, it's so nice to have a resource like that.
Yeah. To be honest, I wouldn't want to let other people do my thumbnails. I've kind of I like doing them. I've gotten like, as I said, I've been doing YouTube since 2018, and well, I stopped in 2019, and then I only started streaming in 2020, so there was that year gap, but still. I just like doing thumbnails. It's something that I enjoy about YouTube, and I know that it's something that's keeping a lot of people from YouTube, people don't want to do thumbnails, but I'm like, but it's so fun.
It's not that hard. Literally just open up Canva and like in 3 steps you can get it done. It really isn't hard. I do my own thumbnails for YouTube and Twitch because you can put thumbnails on your VODs, and I've gotten to my own little organized scheme. Like I like the way I do my thumbnails too.
Yeah. And like the way I do them is super simple. If I'm playing a game, I just grab a wallpaper from the game that seems topical, like something that has to do with where we're going next time, or in this stream that's coming up. I'll put the logo of the game, and I'll put my face and part whatever in there. That's it.
That's
and then
exactly
maybe
what I do, yeah.
some outlines, maybe a post-crop vignette on the wallpaper to make it seem, you know, in some kind of way. Maybe I'll try some fancy text. Oh yeah, I'll get a font to match the game. Like with Yakuza, I've got, when I write part 6 for Monday or whatever, sorry, I've got a font that matches the Yakuza font.
Oh yeah. Defont.com.
It's no, I just look up Yakuza style font.
Oh, okay. I usually go to that website and look up fonts or whatever.
Yeah, no, the font has good stuff. But sometimes there are other font websites as well.
Yeah.
But yeah. So right now the one I'm using for Yakuza is like Edo is it. That's it. That's the font. It's like an Edo period type script writing, or calligraphy style writing. And
what's interesting about thumbnails is when I don't watch cable anymore. All I watch is YouTube. So back then when I used to watch Vanoss and stuff, you would see his thumbnails, and every single one. Well, now it's more of like how when he started doing like a drawing each thumbnail, that's what I want to do. I'm like, oh, I'm totally gonna draw my VTuber doing this for each thumbnail. That is not realistic. Don't do
it's
that
not.
unless you can pay someone to do that. Cool, but
unless you can you can pay multiple people to do that.
Right? Yeah. It's so hard.
Yeah.
So now I just throw my PNG on there and doing the expression of or the game, or maybe I have an asset, but that is not realistic at all. As cool as it is, it's not.
See, that's why the most money that I've spent since I've started VTubing was all on art. And most of my art pieces, I've been like, okay, it's got to have like a transparent background. It's got to work with a transparent background as well.
Yeah.
Because
so
I'm like, I'm commissioning this art, one, so that I can post it on Twitter and just get nice art and use it as a profile pics and shit. And 2, thumbnails. Like I always commission art with thumbnails in mind. I'm like, how can I use this? How can I use this on a thumbnail? And I've literally got a folder just full of thumbnails. Or not thumbnails, thumbnail artworks with like transparencies or transparent images. I'll send you a screenshot real quick. For sure now chat can see it. Maybe.
Oops, I didn't mean to trick myself. I wasn't clicked on
Discord, yeah.
Ooh, nice.
So it's like, see, I've gotten a bunch of them, and I'm just like, yeah, I've not gotten art
hold on.
just to post it.
That one with the ponytail, but putting up the elastic in the ponytail. Whoa.
One with a ponytail.
Hot. The very bottom row.
Oh, that one.
Ooh.
I'll send you
I want something like that.
I'll send you the full.
Putting the elastic in the hair. Yes, please.
It is a nice one. I've posted it before.
Oh, okay.
That one
really
was
nice.
done by Mailing. I'll send you her Twitter if you wish to com her as well.
Yes, please.
Mailing X. There you are.
Hot. I want something like that.
She's made some great art. I also commed her for line art. And then I colored it myself because I can't do line art, but I do enjoy doing rendering. So that one she did herself, and the bottom one is the one where I commissioned the line art, and I was like, okay, but I wanna.
Oh, you can color really well.
I wanna do it myself. Thank you. So yeah, there's those two. I'll put links in chat if y'all want to see it as well to our audio only listeners. Just skip somewhere closer to the end of the VOD and you'll see the links. So the first link in chat will be one that Mailing did on her own, and the second link will be the one that we did as a collab. And also here is Mailing's Twitter if anybody else wants to check her out, because she is an absolutely amazing artist and lovely to work with. So please do go check her out. She's pretty fucking cool. But yeah, no, so that's my biggest issue when it comes to thumbnails, getting art for it and not using the same art piece twice in a row, or maybe even 3 times in a row. So
I just use my VTuber. I don't have like many transparent images that I can do that with. So I just have a different expression on my VTuber or something.
I would recommend trying to, when you do commission art, commission it with transparency in mind. Or for a pose with for a thumbnail or something. Because then you get a double whammy.
Yeah, exactly.
But okay, the next question that I have for you then is actually wait, did we finish the goals thing?
Let me think.
Actually, no. Let me ask you another question.
Okay.
Did you set yourself any goals before you started VTubing that you wanted to attain?
Oh gosh. So literally when I didn't know what the hell I was doing, thankfully so when I started looking into VTubing, getting a model, I was working just like a couple more weeks, and during those few weeks I was starting a TikTok because I was too stubborn to download TikTok. I wanted nothing to do with TikTok. I'm like, I'm too old for this shit. I don't want to look at girls dancing.
Bro, I'm still like that.
Yeah, it's something you get over. I learned that TikTok is what you make it out to be. So if your algorithm is watching CSGO clips, it's going to be CSGO clips. So it's not all like what you think it is. But
I already have YouTube shorts.
Yeah, same thing, literally. My goals then were to get people on TikTok and then have a great debut, and I did achieve that goal. My debut was fantastic. I had someone from TikTok actually found me on TikTok and they rated me, and I peaked at like 100 viewers that day, and that was like the highest I've ever, still to this day, like the highest view count I've ever had since my debut. Right now I average like 25-ish, 20, 25, but on my debut I got a big raid. I had a lot of people come in for it, and it was like one of the happiest moments of my life, pretty much, to like have that come to life, even though it was completely scuffed. Like my model, I didn't optimize it right. I was like blinking in weird places, like my left eye was blinking, not my right. Like it was so scuffed, but it was so much fun, and I had a great time. It turned out great.
Awesome. So then, how has VTubing helped you attain some of your goals specifically? Did something just fall?
That was a bottle of water. It's okay. It's empty. Yeah, for sure. More mentally, like it. There was a couple times, like I've said earlier, where like I got a cat. People helped me financially with that, like things like that. But mostly, it's been a mental thing. It's really nice to have people say that like they're proud of me for what I'm doing, or like I'm helping someone. It's the mental aspect that I'm making someone else's. It sounds so cringe that what I'm gonna say, like making people like happy and stuff. But even though I come off as like, I don't know, like a tomboy asshole half the time, I'm an extremely nice person, and I love to help people, and the fact that it works makes me really happy. So I think VTubing helped me mentally, like happiness, really. Like it's so much better than being a face cammer. Like it helped with my insecurities of my voice, and like I don't have to worry about what I look like. Like I can pick my nose on stream and no one will know. Like it's awesome.
I've done
like,
it so many times.
Right.
I feel like I might have done it this stream already.
It's great. It's an awesome experience, for sure.
And it's not, and it's like the picking the nose doesn't mean anything. It's just there's something in my nose that annoys me, so I'm trying to pick it out. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, the point I'm trying to make is like you don't have to worry about looking good all the time. Like back then, I would put on makeup every stream, and I would constantly be looking at myself on another monitor, be like, "Oh, what's this angle? Do I look good?" Like you don't have to care about that. You're just an anime girl, man. Like it's
Now I'm just
that
like
off your shoulders is so nice.
Now I'm just like, okay, yeah, when I take a sip of my monster, then my model does this weird shit.
Right? When I take a sip of my water, I'm like,
And I'm like, when it gets my face back, then I do this whole thing. Or if it loses my face just for a bit, you know, like when I came back earlier, and it went all fucking wild, like that.
I think my beach model just disappears if I'm not covered on. Like if I cover the camera, it just goes away and then zips back when it tracks my face again.
Yeah, you can set it that way, so that if YouTube Studio loses tracking, then it can do something. I should probably do that.
Like, stay at a default pose or something.
Yeah, I should probably make it stay at default pose, huh? Just by the amount of times that it loses my face and my model has an absolute fucking seizure.
Yeah.
But okay, we've only got about one more question before we get into the Q&A. So, if you guys have any questions that you would like to ask me or Demi or both of us, please feel free to click on that little blue box at the top of chat. It reads, click here to ask question for Demi. I see there's a bunch of y'all that have already. So
wait, really? Oh gosh.
Yeah. No, nobody can see it but me. So
oh, God.
Yeah, I will ask them at my discretion. And I specifically do it there so that if somebody has some weird question that I don't feel comfortable asking, then I don't have to. And also, and also it doesn't get lost in chat, because trying to find a question somewhere in chat like an hour ago is hell.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, but yeah, so if you guys have any questions, please feel free to click there and ask your questions there. It can have to do with anything that we've said so far, or something even that we don't, or something that has you at like a morbid curiosity, like, hey, is Demi allergic to garlic or something? So yeah, feel free to ask any questions there. And otherwise, if you have enjoyed this episode so far, make sure you go check fnv.crd.co. Once again, that is the homepage for anything to do with the show. You can find links to the audio-only platforms there. Remember, there's that Google Forms link that you can fill out if you are a VTuber and you wish to apply to be a guest on Season 2, which it'll be in the future. This season will end at episode 100. So we're only 15 weeks away from that. 15 episodes as well. So, yeah.
Exciting.
Hell yeah. I don't even know who I'm getting on for the 100th episode yet. I've tried multiple people because I want to get like some big VTuber on.
Yeah.
But the networking, it's difficult. Their DMs are closed, and they ain't speaking to small peeps with like 1,000 followers on Twitter.
Especially with the whole Twitter Blue thing. Have you seen that? Where like need both parties need to be Twitter Blue to like DM, or unless you follow them, it's like now it's even harder. I've
really considered getting Twitter Blue just to make outreaches easier. Because if you have Twitter Blue, a lot of times when you then DM somebody, you don't go into message requests. If you have Twitter Blue, you are not lost between all of the bots in message requests. So, because like that's where most of my invites go. My outreaches end up with the bots, and people just don't check it. But yeah, so once again, feel free to go check that out, and make sure you also go check out my wonderful guest Demi over on her Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. You can find all of her links in the chat, or in the description, and in the show notes on screen. It's everywhere. Her YouTube can only be found on the VOD though. It's in the title. It's tagged. If you just go there, you can click on @Demythical on YouTube, and you'll go straight to her channel. Go show some love there. Maybe she'll consider streaming on YouTube in the future.
I do actually. I stream every Friday.
Right, yeah, I saw your tweet. I stole your YouTube slot.
Yeah. I woke up too late today. I'm just gonna save my energy for the talk show today.
Hell yeah. We got a full energy Demi here.
Let's go.
But yeah, so that was going to be it for all of the call to actions. Now, the last question that I have for you, Demi, is what has been the happiest moment and or the greatest achievement that you've had since you've started VTubing? Or streaming as a whole, to be honest.
I think this is gonna sound so recent, and it has to tie with my debut and me getting to an agency. That day, on Monday when I announced my agency, it was so happy because so many things were going right. Like, I didn't have any fuck ups. I felt like I was taking a new step into this career. So like getting to an agency really feels like the next step for me to move on, to grow, to learn, to get more networking, to collab with more people. And even though I'm affiliate, not a real member, I feel like I'm still gonna learn from it either way.
Yeah.
And I was so happy to announce that. And like that day specifically too, like I had so many people engaging with me, and like I feel like I really shown my true self and getting like entertainment out, and getting on the talk show is another aspect too. Like, oh my god, guys, I got invited to a talk show. Let's go. Like, I was so happy.
Let's go. That's the first time someone mentioned that.
No, it was really happy. I love it.
No, I could see in your responses, and when you messaged me like on Saturday and like, hey, are we good? I was like, oh, she's enthusiastic. I like it.
Like, we still up for Friday, right? Like,
yeah, my last couple guests have made my life super easy because it's usually my job to always go and be like in the week, be like, hey, we still good for the show, right? You're not gonna drop out on me, because I've had that as well, where people had to cancel, and then I'm stuck with scrambling to find a guest for the week or something. And these the last bunch of episodes have just been so easy when like I barely finished the episode, and then the next week's guest is already messaging me being like, hey, are we good?
Oh, that's nice.
And I love it.
Yeah, I marked it right on my calendar. I put a big circle on it, 30th. I'm like, that's the day.
That's the day. But okay, that will lead us to the end of my questions for you. Now we go into the wild side, and we go into the chat Q&A. So,
oh boy, hope it's not too weird in there.
Hopefully, I've not taken a look at the questions at all yet. I'm only doing that now. So the first question that we have is a regular question from one of my mods, preferably just Simon. He asks, if you guys have seen previous episodes, you already know what he's going to ask. But Demi, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Bro, I have a fucking lisp. You know I can't even say that whole phrase. That's awful to ask. I don't know, man.
Blame Simon.
I can't even say it.
Blame Simon.
What the fuck, Simon?
Simon, I feel like that's been the best response we've gotten from it yet.
That is the worst thing to ask with someone with a fucking stutter. What the hell?
It is. Do you want to hear the answer though?
I don't know the answer to that.
No, but do you want to hear the answer? I know what the answer is.
Oh, you know what the answer is?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it?
Okay, a woodchuck would chuck as much wood as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Bro, you just made my brain reset. Nothing personal, Simon says. Right.
How about this one name from an anime called Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? You might have seen it. It goes like this. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I slipped up. I'm disappointed.
Bro,
Now I need to end stream. Damn it.
I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
How about...
I fumble my words so easily. I hate it.
I do too. I've just practiced. I really practiced those. Just like I've practiced trying to say that one Welsh town. I'm gonna try it again. Clan Varapwyl Slan var pulgen gel gugerig when Robert lantasilio go go go. I think that is the best I've ever said it.
Holy shit.
Simon, clip it. Simon, clip it. Simon, clip it. I think that's the best I've ever said it. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Simon. But okay. Okay, enough with tongue twisters. Mizaku asks, vampire, do you leave a
Oh boy.
do you leave a hickey after you suck someone? Do you drink blood?
I mean, yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do. So do you leave
I mean, I
hickeys?
could. It depends. If maybe if you know, if I really am in a bad mood, and I just want to fucking bite on you, you're just gonna have some teeth marks. But I mean, if you want to take it a step further, yeah, I can leave all the hickeys I want.
Hell yeah. Mizaku, there's your answer.
There you go.
Alright, Nemuri1 asks, what got you into VTubing? That was asked earlier, that was asked a while ago, so we did kind of get that answer earlier. So
Yeah, the short answer was watching Ludwig and Iron Mouse and getting inspired of the anime girl vibes, and I wanted to become one, really.
I mean, who doesn't want to become an anime girl? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But okay, next question from Ru Kokoro asked, what type of fan art do you like seeing the most? That's a fun question.
What type of fan art? It's funny because I haven't gotten it yet. I love art of like the batshit girl crazy girls with like their fangs and like blood on their face and like the yandere type. I need to get more of that kind of art. I have like my Discord profile picture is kind of like that.
Yeah.
But I want to take it a step further, and looking at your your girl with her abs out. I have one picture that's kind of similar. I want
to see that.
Like I want something. Yeah, I'll give it to you right now.
I don't know if you've noticed. If you took a closer look at that folder that I sent, I really love Tum Tum.
Mm-hmm. Like how my VTuber is, I have a one piece on, but that artist made me have a crop top instead, and I absolutely love it. I'm like, okay, wait a minute.
I love
That's kind
that.
of hot. I want more tummy pics.
Okay, wait. I'll send you. I'll
art.
send you a bigger screenshot with a folder zoomed in a bit, then you can see how much Tum there actually is.
Okay. Oh, I see it.
Half
I
of
see
it.
it now.
Half of it's open because I mean, there's a reason I decided to have my model have open Tum, because that way any fan art I get, Tum.
Yeah, I have two more with a tummy, and that's my little wolf rendition with the wolf ears and the tail.
Hell yeah, and the sad cat dance.
Yeah.
I know that pose by now.
I want to do the sad cat girl dance, but I'm afraid by the time I either do it myself or find the finances to do it, the trend is already gonna be long gone. So it's like, oh shit.
Honestly, I feel like the trend is gonna take a long time to die, because it's just so fun to animate it and to draw it, and seeing different characters doing it, that I don't think it's gonna die that easily. Whereas this trend that I tried getting into, I don't know if you've ever seen Gedan. I commissioned one of my friends to animate this for me, which is a meme, an old meme, which is long dead.
I was like, I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
Yeah, no, I love it a lot. I'll send the link in chat as well for if anybody wants to see it. Yeah, that's an old Get On animation that I commissioned from a friend. And I feel like
cool. I love animation.
I want to get sad cat dance as well.
Right? Oh, it's so nice.
But I ain't got the cash for that. Because commissioning an animation is hella expensive.
Yes, it is.
Okay, then next question from Supreme Kai of the Saiyan. Any animal you hate? Or what's an animal you hate, rather? I'll rephrase your question a bit. Also, I think you asked earlier if you could take that question back. It's too late now.
Yeah, too late. I can answer it. Would an insect count? You think?
I would consider them, sure.
Sure, yeah. I have a fucking phobia of anything that buzzes. So like if there's a fly in the room, like say it's in the middle of the night and I'm sleeping and I hear a buzz, I'm covering head to toe my body in a blanket. I absolutely hate flies. Anything that buzzes, it could be even a butterfly, even though it doesn't make noise. If that thing comes near me, I'm dodging it. Like it freaks me out to have an insect with wings. So I'm absolutely terrified of bees. I hate bees. I don't care if it's a fucking bumblebee. I don't care if it has the prettiest smile in the world. I will run away. One time when I was a kid, I jumped off my bike headfirst into a tree because it was a fucking bee in the middle of the sidewalk just buzzing about. Like so I guess it's a kind of fun fact about me. I have an absolute phobia when it comes to anything buzzing with wings and insects, especially. Like, creeps me out.
Have you ever heard one of these motherfuckers? I'm sending you a photo. I don't know what it's called in English. I just know in Afrikaans it's called a tord. A brown fruit chafer is what they're called.
If I found that, dude, I would not be able to live in Australia or like anywhere with like insects always about, like Texas and stuff like that. I would die. I would not be able to handle these giant ass beetles like that. I would lose my shit. If I saw that crawling on my desk right now, I'd shit myself.
Don't worry. That's a garden. They're only found in gardens. They will not go inside your house. I'm trying to see if I can get an image for scale reference. Scale size. But those things are loud. They have this
noises?
deep. No, they don't make noises. They just buzz. When they fly, they fucking their wings are so loud when it comes to buzzing. But it's kind of cool because it's such a deep buzz.
No, I would hate it. Especially when you have like a really heavy bug and they kind of make a slap sound whenever they land somewhere. Oh no,
yeah.
That's me getting out of the house. Like, nope.
Okay, yeah, no, that one, yeah, they're big, they're heavy, they will.
No,
no. Okay, I'll stop. I won't go into your phobia. I'll share. My most hated creature is also a bug. It's also yeah, it's a roach. I share that with Charlie. If I see a roach, my manliest war cry comes out.
You know, I've never seen a cockroach in real life, but if I ever did, I would flip out for sure.
We have them down here.
I feel like I'm more scared of flies and spiders at this point. It's kind of sad. Like spiders here won't jump out at me.
We've got some nasty spiders down here. But we've got more nastier roaches. We've got these garden roaches that they don't die if you hit them. They die if you hit them hard enough. But they're scary.
See, I'm too scared to hit them. I'll like, if I see a bug, I'm getting my can of like air freshener for Breeze, and I'm like, die, and then I just fly around even more, and I'm like, fuck, it's not dying.
See, that's why we got Doom and Raid and all of those different different stuff.
The Raid cans.
Yeah. But no, roaches. I'm not gonna tell the story now. But yeah, no, I hate roaches. There is a story behind it. I've told it like 3 times in a row on the show, so I'm not gonna go into it again. I feel like I go into it every time we talk about bugs and what bugs we hate. So I feel like it's become such a dead story on the show. So I'll not go into it again. People who have seen it, they know. If you want to find out, go check last week's episode.
Yeah, that's fine.
But okay, then the next question from Dragon Itachi. He asked, Demi, have you ever been criticized for being a VTuber? That's an interesting question.
More of like IRL family and friends. Like what is that? More like confusion, not like criticize in a bad way. Like more of like they didn't understand. Like I think the most awkwardest times is now when they ask me what my job is. Like say when I worked at my old job, like I was talking about streaming and I had to like share. I'm like, oh, this is awkward sharing an anime thing when they're not in that community or they don't know about it, right? It's so awkward. Or like explaining I had to explain to someone's grandmother the other day what I did. like a grandmother, like an old lady that barely knows the internet. And I was like, oh yeah, I stream from home.
Why?
I'm like a
Why did you have
cartoon
to-
girl.
Why did you have to explain?
Because she asked me what I did for a job. Like, she's catching
Oh.
up with me, like,
Fair
oh, what do you
enough.
do now? Because, like, I quit my old job recently. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, fuck.
See, that's where I'm lucky with being able to play with words. So my main job is rigging. That's where
Yeah.
my income comes from, because I barely get anything from just streaming. It's a lot more just doing it for fun than anything else. Because like I don't have any memberships available on YouTube yet, and it's donos I don't, or tips they're very far and few in between, and I never ask or incentivize or anything like that for them. So
Yeah.
it never happens. So rigging is my main job right now. So I'll just be like, oh yeah, no, I am a freelance animator online.
Pretty much, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. So that way I don't have to go through the entire thing of explaining what the fuck VTubing and what a VTuber is, and then having to say, so I am a VTuber too. And then, I don't even want to go into showing them my model.
Yeah.
Because if I have to explain to some old South Africans why the fuck I'm using a hot anime model who's like a demon and has a scar over her eyes, no. I'll just be like,
Yeah.
no, I do freelance animation and I stream on YouTube every now and then.
Yeah, that's all
That's
you
what
gotta
I'll
say.
But okay, that's a fun question. Next question is from Beast Brown, asking, what's your favorite thing about streaming?
My favorite thing is the fact that I can play. I reached the point where it's like, yeah, I can play games that are trending, but I can also play what I want. Like, I played like Sonic Adventures 2 out of the whim. Like, the fact that my favorite thing is I can play whatever I feel like, and I'll at least have someone there with me. And on part with that is interacting with my community, that I'll have people to talk to, kind of corresponds with that too. It makes the experience all the more enjoyable, because there's a lot of people, when I first started streaming, there's a lot of people that were like, oh, you should only stick to one game. And I'm like, why? What the fuck? I want to be a variety streamer. Why would I? Like, I get that it works for a lot of people to be like, oh, Ninja, he's a Fortnite streamer. This guy, he's that kind of streamer. Like, I get it. But why restrict yourself to that? I hate it. Like, there's so much good stuff out there that you want to try and you want to do. So I love that I can just pick up anything I want, and I can like skip the whole, trend stuff of like only playing this. It's great.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good answer. Next question is also from Beast Brown. What is your best art I do? I read that verbatim. Does Beast Brown do art or do art?
Wait, what was the question?
I'll read it verbatim again. Beast, I might need you to rephrase that question a tad, so that I can understand better. But the verbatim it is, what's your best art I do?
So you asking what's the best art that I've gotten or that I've drawn?
We'll do both. What's the best art you've gotten and what's the best art you've drawn? We'll do both.
Okay. The best art I've gotten, I'll show it to you, but you can't show it.
Oh, I can't show it on stream.
Because this is a piece that I've gotten for, eventually, this is when I had a lot of money and I was working a really nice job and stuff. Let me get it up real quick. I want to have a merch drop one day.
Ooh.
And including in that merch drop is a docky pillow of my front and back, a poster design, and a mouse pad. And let me tell you, I have all the art already. So I have it. I just don't have the the money to like distribute it and all that stuff. And this poster design, which I'm about to send you in just a second, is the best piece of art I've ever done. And this is like, it captures my personality perfectly. It's so fucking good. I just sent it to you. It's loading.
Hi. Oh shit!
Isn't it so
Damn!
cool? It kept, like the eyes, the expression,
Dude,
the graveyard.
That is. Damn! I want it.
There's
want
another
it.
one too that's kind of in Thai.
I want
This
it.
would be a second poster design, right? It's and imagine signing that one day. I guess another long-term goal is to like be able to sign posters and stuff. That's another horizontal design.
Oh hell yeah! Dude, I
It's
want
so
something like
pretty.
that. Can I? You made them, right?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I thought you did. You know those.
Oh, I didn't make those.
Who did them?
No. So the @ is on the second one for that one, but the first one I can give you
Oh,
the
I
Twitter
see.
for that one.
Okay. And would you mind if I asked how much they were, or would you rather not?
If I can remember, I can look it up real quick. The first one, I know the second one was a couple $100.
Ouch.
Yeah. The first one.
Because I like both of them, but that first one. Damn. Also, as Demi said, sorry, chat and listeners, you're not going to be able to see them. But hey, in the future, if she has done a merch drop and she's got posters available, maybe those are the ones we're talking about now. So why don't you go check it out?
Fact. That first one, that poster, cost more
Yeah.
than my VTuber model.
Huh?
It was $440 because of commercial rights. So if you're gonna if you're gonna sell it as merchandise, a lot of people either double it
True.
or do full price and a half. So
True.
originally, I think it was 120 for full body, 100 for the background, and then it was double the price for commercial price. So it was 440 in total. And I think the second one
Okay,
was
yeah,
somewhere around the
fair.
same thing.
Yeah. I probably should have figured. Yeah, commercial is a bitch.
Yeah.
But hell yeah, no, that's banger. I'm 100%
So
sure
worth
that
it.
you'll be able to recoup those costs so easily.
Yeah, I hope so. That's what I'm waiting for, is reaching the peak of when I feel comfortable to able to afford. Because what's cool was I actually networked into finding a distribution service. Yeah, she only takes like 30% or 20% of the income, and then she ships everything. She gets involved with all the companies and stuff. And what I didn't realize is you have to buy those things in bulk. So like if I did sell body pillow, I have to buy 50 of them. So like 50 times 75, I don't have that money. You know, I don't have thousands of dollars to buy all the stock first and then sell it.
And
So
then you're on the risk of not selling it.
Right, exactly. I don't have enough audience to sell it. Like I definitely have people, which I love you guys for a lot of people who want to say, oh, I'll definitely buy a mouse pad, but like I can't do it when only like 5 people want it. You know what I mean? I need to reach a point where I can sell it in mass stock.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, which I'll take as an opportunity to plug mine.
Go ahead, yeah. Go check out the merch.
I've got some hectic merch. So hey, if y'all are feeling a bit hectic, feel free to go check that out. It's got a cute little chibi of me spray painting a hectic onto a wall, or spray painting the words hectic onto a wall.
Aw.
It's pretty cool. I don't know. I love it. I've got a hoodie and a shirt of it. I've gotten 3 of my friends some hoodies as well. So it's mostly just us. We just wear the hectic hoodies every now and then. Sometimes we'll coordinate and we'll not even coordinate. We'll just meet up and all 4 of us will be wearing the hoodie.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool to see your friends.
And then I'm just
supporting
like,
you
hell
that.
yeah. My boys are repping my merch.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see that, to have my friends like wear my merch and stuff too.
Yeah.
Or like if I ever go to a convention and like, I see like people wearing my merch, I'm like, oh, I'll melt.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I'll cry. I reached this point. Oh, I'm so happy.
Yeah, same. I mean, I went to Comic-Con Africa this year. The first time that it was in Cape Town, which is, well, I'm from Cape Town, and usually it's in Johannesburg. Johannesburg's on the other side of the country. It's fucking far. It's an 18-hour drive. I should know. I did it earlier this year. We helped a friend move down. She lives past Johannesburg. It was a 22-hour drive to her, and on the way back, we did it in one go. and with the amount of stops that we had to do, it turned into a 26-hour drive in one go.
God damn.
Yeah. So, no, it's far. Plane tickets are expensive, so I've not been able to go to a Comic-Con before. But this year it was in Cape Town, so it was like only 30 kilometers ish away. So I went and I was repping my merch because I was like, how the hell am I not gonna?
Yeah, of course. Take every opportunity you can get.
Yeah. But yeah, so I've tried doing that. I've done one merch launch, just that, because it was more I wanted it for me, and then after the fact I was like, you know, I might just as well make it public so that if somebody really wants to, they can. But
yeah, exactly.
I barely ever really promote it. Like, I promoted it when I launched it, and that's it. Otherwise, I've got the bot saying, "Hey, we've got merch," and I'll mention it every now and then. But otherwise, yeah, no, it's not promoted at all.
Yeah, when I do it, I wanna make a whole shebang about it. I want to release all of it at once.
I'll do that when I have another like proper merch line, because the thing is, I want to expand merch to bigger than me. Like, I want my logo to be there, and that's it. That's the most I really want to have it to do with me, unless it's something like posters. Posters, I don't mind having it be of me, but see, then it's got to be like that first image that you sent type quality. It's got to be up there. Maybe in the future I'll be able to sell them at a con or something.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That'd be hectic.
Table. Here, I'll send you the artist who did that for the first one.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, art can get expensive, especially when you want to pay for quality, but every artist deserves every penny, though. The art industry is really, really hard.
It is. It's also just like super competitive, because there are so many great artists out there, and everybody's prices are oof. Not everybody. Some people can get away with making their prices cheaper. Like, when me and my friend eventually open up our comms, we can get away with making it cheaper because dollar to rand is so fucking ridiculous. So the currency, the currency conversion. So it's like we can afford to undercut ourselves, or to undercut others rather, but not everyone can, and a lot of artists, they do it for a living. So, you know, it's not viable. But okay, next question that we have is once again from Simon. Don't worry, it's not a tongue twister this time. Question is, Demi, would you be upset if I asked another tongue twister? I didn't read out the question before. I just looked at it, and it didn't look like a tongue twister, but that was the question. Are they trying to make me say a tongue twister? Probably, It'd be funny if I tried, but I guess it depends. Go for it, and then I'll decide when I hear it. If I want to say it or not. It depends how much I want to embarrass myself. That's if I can do it too. Oh, you'll be fine. I'm not the best with tongue twisters. I've just practiced those a lot. Let me think of one real quick. Oh, he's thinking of it. Okay. Okay. While he's thinking, Beast Brown further explained his question. What was the best art you've done? Best art I've done. So I feel like I'm gradually improving right now when it comes to commissions. Here, I'll send you some stickers. Like, I started doing meme stuff. So that's the let's fucking go. So I was an art student. I did graphic design in high school, and then I kind of fell off after college because it ruined for me. So I haven't really started getting back into art until, I want to say, literally this year is when I started doing emotes for people, and like I can show you the latest animation I've done, like a lick animation. I feel like with each one I do, this is the most recent Chopper one I've done. I feel like I'm definitely there's definitely improvement. Yeah, so I feel like it's not that the best one I've done, because it's still a work in progress. I have some artist friends too who help me like with anatomy and shading and posing, so I'm definitely learning
every time
Yeah.
I do one.
Yeah, and I also have a couple artist friends that I look up to, and one who's really helped me a lot is Lerio. I don't know if you know him. Lerio.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'll find you his thing. If you're trying to learn how to do soft shading and like realistic skin tones, beware, his account is quite NSFW. Because skin. It's his specialty. But yeah, that's his account, and or his Twitter, and I've learned a lot from him. And every now and then
Yeah, I'll check it out, definitely. I'm always looking for something like that.
And every now and then I'll like DM him, or if I see him online, I'll be like, Lerio, let me ask you. I need some critiques. and then he'll teach me something new that I didn't know of, and I'm like, oh, you've opened my eyes once again. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, learning from other artists is definitely a fun thing to do.
Yeah, like you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah. Also, I see Simon has posted his tongue twister. I hate that one, Simon. I cannot do that one. I'll try, but I cannot. It is.
Where is it?
It's in chat. It is 3 witches watch 3 watches. Which watches which watch?
Oh,
Let me try that again. 3 witches watch 3 watches. Which yeah. See, the which trips me up. 3 witches watch 3 watches. Which fuck's sake. 3 witches watch 3 watches. Which watches which watch? Fuck's sake.
I feel like W's isn't that hard for me. I don't really know what my trigger words are, but I feel like I'm not too bad with W's. I'm just gonna try it. Okay. Oh fuck. Okay. 3 witches watch 3 watches. Fuck. 3 witches watch 3 watches. Which watch? Fuck. 3 witches watch 3 watches. Which watch which watch? Sure.
Yeah. It's not the hardest version. Simon, I want to hear you say Jugumu, okay? I want to hear you say the whole name. Or that Welsh town. Let me try it again. I don't know if I'm going to be able to top it. Well, that attempt from earlier. Plan var Wilgen Gil go Gerich van Dobvelante Silio go go. It was not better, but it was decent. You're breaking my brain. I'm sorry, Beast. You've been thinking about memorizing it? You've been thinking about it, but you've not done it. You'll get to work? Good. Next episode, I'm challenging Simon to say Jiggamu on stream. As well as Clanvire. But yeah, that is the end of our questions. That's also the last question that we had on the Q&A. So that will be where we leave the show and where we end this off. So with that, Demi, thank you. You've been an amazing guest. Let me ask a question that I know Simon meant to ask, but he hasn't asked yet. Have you enjoyed it?
I had a blast. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So
no,
much.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's ultimately the goal. Like it's not fun if you don't enjoy it, but hey, I'm glad you did. Yeah, no, it's been amazing. It's been amazing having you on. You've been an amazing guest, and yeah. So once again, guys, if you would consider checking Demi out, her socials are everywhere in all of the different boxes: the description box, chat box, screen box. Fucking title box. It's everywhere. It's in the boxes. Go check the boxes. And otherwise, for me, just go check out fnv.crd.co as I mentioned. But otherwise, that's going to be all for us tonight. So, I have been your host, Zara. I appreciate you all for stopping by. And I will see you all in the next episode of FNV. But until then, ciao for now.
Bye, everyone.
By the way, y'all, don't click off just yet. We're going to raid out. I want to see who we can raid out to. I will also post the raid message in chat in a sec. Just let me see who's live. If my boy Lumberjack is live, I don't know. He ain't live, though. Right, we're going to Elia Stellaria. She is going to go on to a trip to Japan, and this is her last stream in a bit. She is from Vierevery, was it? forgot. I keep forgetting the companies, to be honest. But yeah, we're gonna be right in there. I'll put the raid message in chat now. The raid message is Kappa space Zara raid, Zara FNV raid. Exclamation point Kappa. Just like that. You can copy paste it multiple times and it'll look like that. So join me on the raid over there and we'll go say hi to Eladia. But until then, thanks for watching. Alright, y'all, we are raiding out now. Do you have your raid messages ready? I hope you do, because we're going there now.